So they rock to the beat for your boy. Rock to the beat for your boy.
Here we go.
I want money. I want tips.
Pay my taxes. Eat a dick.
With you.
Easy to eat.
With you.
My tax attorney screwed me over. YouTube views. Fucking hopeless. What can I do? I'm screwed. I want to do a fundraiser to pay my tax on Twitch. Violated the rules.
Get that ass banned.
What a bitch. Dumba. It's not my fault. Dumba. It's not my fault.
It was
YouTube.
It was
Taxes.
It was
Detractors.
It was
Cinema.
It was
Copyright strikes. Not my fault. Phil, you know, with all this going on, we really want you to have a new TV.
You should tip me. You should tip me.
If you're not aware, just a standard doctor's visit is hundreds of dollars.
You should tip me. You should tip me.
In addition to all of that, last night also, I was looking at gaming headphones.
You should tip me. You should tip me.
I might have to sell my house.
You should tip me. You should tip me.
So they rock to the beat for your boy. Rock to the beat for your boy.
Here we go.
I want money. I want tips.
Pay my taxes. Eat a dick. I'm going to persevere. I'm going to punch through the boundaries. I'm going to become, that person that they say I can't be. And I'm going to be successful no matter what. But even though I have done that, there's still this back here. This song. In the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind. Trying to hit this beat on time. Keep my eyes wide open, looking on the horizon. I'm putting my time in, digging up this mine, searching for a cherry diamond. Looking for these nuggets of truth. I need to find them. But until then, I'll carry on grinding. 1 year older, alcoholic former. I can feel the dark side getting colder. I made a deal with the devil on my shoulder. All I can do to keep the demons in the corner. Give my pig a fish, feed him for a day, but don't take away his bottle of Tanqueray. 1 more drop and we'll be okay. Or maybe I should save it for a rainy day. Take another trip down to Total Wine. Pour another drink in my cup. Drink it all down to the bottom line. All this money, it'll never be enough. Now I think I'm feeling fine, so I polish this rhyme like a diamond in the rough. Try to free my mind, put my nose to the grind, put my pen to the paper when things get tough. Don't believe in the lies of Pete, cause I'm a super blind man, but I still see the blackest eyes like a black-eyed pea. Words crystallize as I'm flowing on the beat. Look into the water at my reflection. 5'12" with a mayonnaise complexion. Drink some whale tail from my depression. Captain Ahab on a ship with no direction. I am a man sitting on an island alone with 2 gin bottles and a microphone. Writing my message on a scroll and throw it into the dead sea like a skipping stone. Spinning in this vortex unknown. Riding on a whale until I'm home. It's not that deep, but don't look below, cause before you know it, you'll get caught in the undertow. Take another trip down to Total Wine. Pour another drink in my cup. Drink it all down to the bottom line. All this money, it'll never be enough. Now I think I'm feeling fine, so I polish this rhyme like a diamond in the rough. Try to free my mind, put my nose to the grind, put my pen to the paper when things get tough. Everyone, and welcome to the show. I'm DSP as always, and this is the Level 1 podcast. We're busy having fun down here on Level 1. Death and taxes.
Microtransactions.
My time flow.
Like water,
But my
flow.
like molasses. Still swaying on that axis. Staring at the past through these rose-tinted glasses. 15 years, man. Singing the same song. I did everything correct. I did nothing wrong. It's been tough finding the strength to carry on. I'll never be like Justin Wong. The drama. The bullshit. My trolls. My haters. I'm laying down the law. And I'm putting my foot down. I'm done with it. I'm fucking done with it. The drama. The bullshit. I'm done with it. My trolls. My haters. I'm done with it. I'm just gonna live my life and have fun with it. I'm done with it. I'm fucking done with it. I'm tired of looking like dirt. Put on a crispy shirt. Take some pride in my word. Stop being a jerk. Spend some time with my wife and my son. Stay in my lane. Down here on level 1. The truth of the matter is, I just want to have fun. I got some baked beans and a hot dog in my bun, basking in the glow of this digital summer sun. Babe, as soon as I met you, I knew you were the one. You're like a bright ray of light on my rainy day fund. So please tip me, because super chats don't help until the end of the month. Okay? The drama, the bullshit, my trolls, my haters. I'm laying down the law, and I'm putting my foot down. I'm done with it. I'm fucking done with it. The drama, the bullshit, I'm done with it. My trolls, my haters, I'm done with it. I'm just gonna live my life and have fun with it. I'm done with it. I'm fucking done with it. I'm tired of looking like dirt. Put on a crispy shirt. Take some pride in my word. Stop being a jerk. Spend some time with my wife and my son. Stay in my lane. Down here on level 1.
Hello. Thank you for showing up to the stream. I really appreciate that. It's the Sunday style stream because I couldn't do Saturday. And unfortunately, the guy isn't here yet. I have no idea why the guy is not here. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm seeing a lot of hellos. Yeah, we're still playing music. Why are we so fucking late, dude? 18 after? Yeah, Queen of Games. No ReACK today. He's doing it tomorrow. I'm low-key excited to see a little bit of Silent Hill, I think. And he's not even here. This guy sucks, dude. Like, I specifically scheduled 10 after because I expect him to be late. But this late? Oh my god, dude. He's worse than me. Real quick, I guess since he's late, we can talk about Nugs Medallion joining the 60 Skulls. Hell yeah, dude. Big ups. I think I have the wrong thing open. I appreciate that. And then Penitent Sin with the 6 months saying big ups for another Skelly Sunday, my oos. Well, big ups to you, brother. Thanks for stopping by. Now there's 2 chats. There are 2 of them? Okay. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I don't even know what we're gonna do now. I mean, we could here do this. We'll have fun watching this, at least until he shows up. Oh, and I know some of you were not informed yet. I very much got unbanned from Call of Duty. I know you were all very concerned. You were asking me how I was even playing when I wrapped up my last match. I'm the best. I was unbanned. They wrongfully banned me and they did not apologize. It's bullshit, but I think we're picking live and let live on this one. So. Yeah, and the first day I was back, I was immediately getting called a hacker again and receiving DMs in the game. Very cool. I appreciate the Call of Duty community for that. The hate army troll. So if you didn't see it yesterday, yeah, as is tradition, for sure, when you play Call of Duty, it is what it is. But in case you didn't see yesterday, DSP very shamelessly tried to plug himself into the Kino Boy show. And I'm not talking about hundreds of messages in the chat. I'm not talking about him talking about calling into the show. I didn't even know that happened, but that's pretty cringe, brother. But he literally just watched their clip on a pre-stream for 39 minutes total. Yo, big ups, the gifted 5 from Deuce Falco, hell yeah. But he very much just watched their clip for 39 minutes, pausing it to interject kind of like I do, in a weird third chair kind of way. I don't know, it was lame as fuck, and yeah, it's lame, it's cringe, it's embarrassing, there's no shame. Which he should feel. Sleepy Don with the 9 months. I need a horror game to play. Any suggestions, boss? No. I don't play horror games. I only play Call of Duty now. That's me. And RimWorld. Those are the only 2 games I'm allowed to play. It's not my fault. I did everything correct. I did nothing wrong.
It's the hate army, bro. The hate army.
Shout out
to
hate.
Good vibes to the
Shout out to
army.
hate.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out for hate.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out for
Shout
hate.
out for hate.
All
Big
right,
ups, Hate Army,
Ladies
of
and gentlemen.
course.
Let us move on to our big topic of the show today. All right, so let's do this. All right, let's do this. What time is it? 38 minutes. I'm trying to remember where I got to clip this, okay? All right, so as you all know, I have a
Can I get a... They killed Bert.
That's very one-sided.
Yeah, they did kill Bert. What the fuck? Why would the convicts kill Bert? Oh my god, I forgot all about
He
that.
basically
Yeah, I
is
need
someone
F's in chat for
who
Bert. I can't
became
believe
kind of
it,
an
dude.
internet bully to me.
When I
punching
saw that,
down
I
at
was
me
in an
constantly,
uproar of
always
laughter.
talking about me in a negative
Oh my
light in the
God.
streams and content. Despite the fact that I really have no relation to the guy whatsoever. All right, it was just a running thing. It got to the point where he did it so much that his viewers got used to it, right? Like, this is what we expect when we watch Review Tech. It's going to be him beating up Phil, right?
Yes, beating him
what's
up,
happened is in
because
the
that's
last
what
year, this guy's
RTU
had-
was doing. He was putting a beat down on Philip Burnell on a daily basis. Meanwhile, if you ever watch those streams, you know that they're barely coherent and barely make any sense at all. But yes, he was just beating him up every day.
He had a falling out with his longtime editor. That blew up publicly, made him look absolutely horrible, right? Things about his life and stuff have been exposed to the internet in a way they never should have, and it all shines him in a very, very, very
Side
negative
bet, does he
light.
bring up Bert during his jam-packed podcast? I don't think so. I don't think there's any way he brings that up. Because he's already played Dead Rising since, hasn't he? So if he was going to bring it up, it would have been done by now. I would think.
All right? So much so that, you know, June the King did a negative documentary about the guy out of nowhere, because originally he thought he wouldn't have been an interesting subject, but when he looked into it, he was like, no, he actually really is. And because of my interest in doing this react, okay,
That's
the
what
guys
I'm
from
wondering, Queen
Kino
of Games.
Casino,
Where
a
is he?
live
He's
streaming
still
show
not
over
live.
on Kick, got wind of it, and they started talking about me, but also Rich, but also our interactions and everything. And I actually started interacting with those guys. I appeared on their show, and we arranged to do a co-op react to the Rich documentary, which we did, and it did great. View-wise, attention.
Who is he explaining this to, though? Between the viewers that he already had and the viewers that he gained from the Kino Casino, like, whose viewers does he think that he's talking to right now? Who is new that doesn't know this lore? Why do we have to get an entire historic breakdown of all of the actions that have transpired since the beginning of this arc? It's just a waste of time.
Wise, it blew up. Everyone was talking about this thing. Everyone loved the gimmick that I came up with, that I have his final poker chip, right? And I still have it in my background 2 months later, right? It was good, classic stuff, right?
Oh yeah, classic stuff. People are going to remember the poker chip forever. Meanwhile, the only people that are ever talking about the poker chip is DSP. He's the only one who's constantly bringing it up. He's the only one who actually thinks it's cool. But then he'll tell you that other people behind the scenes were asking about our poker chip. Oh, okay. All right. I believe you. Those emails are real.
I pretty much laid off the guy. I said, people wanted me to keep talking about him and keep beating him up and stuff. And I'm like, listen, I don't need to do that because...
Wait, I thought Rich was the one doing the beating up. Now it's DSP that was doing the beating up? I guess it's all irrelevant anyway, because we're starting today's show right now. Fucking RTU segment. I didn't even want to watch it anyway. The less RTU in my life, the better, if you ask me. And luckily, Raw Phil does the courtesy of muting all of this for us, so we can sit in silence instead, which is somehow better content than DSP's. Actual silence. There we go. Sorry. We got it.
The fog is rolling in. The air raid sirens are going off because today, ladies and gentlemen, it is the premiere of the Silent Hill 2 remake. Arguably.
Hell yeah. I wish it would have been last night instead.
Release in many years. And I'm just excited for it as you are. I spent extra money to play it early. Today's going to be a great day. But before we get to that, we've got a chillin' fun episode, the podcast, where I'll just kind of be recapping and getting, established where we are in each game that we've been playing.
No, thank you, Kool-Aid Powder, for the 2.
Coming up. Maybe
why was I banned? Lyrical Thesis? I blame Nugs.
All right. And all in all,
who was banned?
Just a nice,
I don't even
chill
know.
vibe.
I appreciate the 2, though. I don't think anybody was banned.
Survival horror. So, if you're an aficionado like me, the horror genre, you're going to absolutely love today's episode of One Podcast.
Hell yeah. This is the horror episode. Because Silent Hill 2 is here, I guess, on October 6th. I think it's a little, I don't know. I want to say it's a little early to be doing like a horror theme, but I guess you could do it the whole month. That's not my style, but sure, man. Sure. It's fun, it's laid back, it's chill, but it's also horror and spooky and robust and meaningful. It's like all of the good adjectives together, of course. It's the level 1
everyone,
podcast.
It is Sunday, the 6th of October, 2024. I'm Darkside Phil. And if you're wondering, what does Phil mean? That Silent Hill 2 remake comes out today. It comes out Tuesday, doesn't it? Like all the release dates say October 8th. Technically, yes. But if you spent 10 extra bucks,
I'm seeing the dent in his head as well. In his forehead, he's got like a darker crease today there. In his forehead wrinkles, maybe?
I have no clue.
Or maybe actually dented.
I'm hyped enough about Silent Hill 2 remake that I felt that the investment would have been worth the effort. You know what I'm saying? It's worth the money simply because being able to play it a little bit on the earlier side and experience it, get a good head start on it. I mean, hell, if we play it enough this week, I might even beat it this week. People are saying that the game is about 16 to 18 hours long.
Mm-hmm. You're still going to find a way to make that 30 hours, I promise, boss.
Like today, we'll probably
the
get
fucking slowest gamer on the planet, I'm telling you.
Full day of it on Tuesday. And then 2 major streams of it on Wednesday and Thursday. So at the very least, we're going to be a huge chunk into it and possibly nearing the end of it by the end of my streaming week, which is Thursday is the final day that I'm streaming.
All right. We're already planning when we're gonna beat this game. Like we're back to that. I gotta know how fast I'm gonna beat it, you guys. They're saying it's 16 hours, so if I schedule it like this, I can play it in this amount of time before the new release. Like I'm glad that we're back at that. I'm glad we're talking about video games again. We're back into the schedule. No, we're not doing drama for this immediate moment. That's pretty cool.
It's a good break from it, and then you get right back into it again on Tuesday, and people won't get burnt out, but it'll also give people an opportunity to get caught
famous
up on
last words. Yeah.
Of it.
I'm counting my chickens before they hatch. I know.
I'm very excited. I hope that you guys are too. I mean, I went all out. First of all, I got Silent Hill animations just for this podcast and for this playthrough. I got this backdrop of pulsating red and gray to make it kind of look like simulating between the fog and then, going to the hellish landscape or hellscape of Silent Hill. But
is that what that's supposed to be?
I'm not even kidding you. I wanted to do an air raid siren. I was going to have one playing right now at the beginning of the show, and I kind of wanted to have it on demand that I could just play an air raid siren whenever I wanted. And I was in the process of setting this up, right?
That's the shittiest fucking stream gimmick I've heard. Yeah, I was just gonna blow your fucking ears out whenever I felt like it. That would have been really funny, right? That would have been really topical, huh? Fuck yourself, brother. I'm glad that didn't work out. We might have canceled the stream.
Then what I realized,
listen to that shit,
is that YouTube is incredibly stupid. And so I should check this out, and I look into it. Guess what? I really wish that I was exaggerating or making this up. If you put an air raid siren into your content on YouTube, like if I were just to play it right now without anything else like blending with it, there's a chance that your video could be misidentified as two different songs that have been uploaded to YouTube and put into the content ID system. Like, you won't be blocked or anything, but your video might be claimed by somebody else who made a song with an air raid siren in it, even though it has nothing to do with the content you're doing.
How does he know this?
Even if
Where
it's
did
not
he
the
get
air raid
this
siren
information
in your
from?
song, YouTube's content ID AI is so bad, it might just completely take all monetization away. And I'm like, gee, you think I should remove all monetization from my stream today just to have an air raid siren for a few seconds? And it's probably not a good idea.
I mean,
it's just another issue.
I thought that the monetization, or the real monetization for the streams, came in the form of support directly from the viewers, because you're a crowd-funded individual that you don't need to rely on the ads from YouTube, so you could do kind of whatever you want whenever you want because your fans support you. I thought that was the thing. So if you wanted to do this gimmick, you could. I thought that was the freedom that allowed you, but apparently not. All right. Okay.
YouTube in general, that it's AI.
I'm glad we could clear that one up, because I guess I was fucking confused.
And then it's on, the burden is on the content creator to clear up YouTube's misidentification. Which
Yo,
makes
big ups good old Mitty for the 5 months. Hell yeah, dude. I'm just sipping on some Baja Blast. Fuck yeah, dude. God's nectar right there.
Not the content creator who's being misidentified, but that's how they work their system. So anyway, no air raid siren, even though I was down for it. I had it all ready to go.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
All right. Let's just count on lucky stars that that's not the case.
Today, I'm very excited. Let's talk about the schedule today and the schedule for this week. Let's get it fleshed out. That way you guys know what's going on. We can get past.
We talked about the schedule for this week yesterday, but I'm glad we could re-up on it.
During my live stream of Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, we came up with a really interesting idea that I want to continue with all this week, and I think it would work out really, really well once people know about it. But the thing is, we did it on the fly in the middle of the gameplay, so if you weren't there, you don't even know what's going on.
Even he has to acknowledge that people don't watch the gameplay.
Then, what I want to do is do a little bit of an update on some of the topics that I talked about yesterday.
Okay, wait, let's think about the topics that he talked about yesterday, okay? The schedule, not playing Metaphor, RTU, and Kino Casino. Did I cover everything that we talked about yesterday in the board meeting? I think those are the 4 topics that we spent about 2.5 hours on. So God, do I fucking hope none of those are what he wants to talk about. I hope I've missed one. I hope that's what we're gonna discuss again today, because I really don't want to hear about any of those.
Notably,
go ahead.
You know, this whole idea of having Review Tech USA on my show.
Fuck me.
In a couple of weeks here.
I don't.
It would basically be in about a week or 2 that this would happen.
All right.
And so I've heard.
You never know what you're in for.
All kinds of different opinions in the last 24 hours. I'd like to share some of those with you. And go from there. But ultimately, today is going to be a more laid-back show. I don't have crazy long topics to talk about today.
Because we talk about
I'm not
RTU.
Be watching videos and reacting for hours on end. It's just going to be more, let's talk about, you know, whatever comes to mind. We'll probably talk a little bit about my history with Silent Hill and how much I love the series and all of that.
Why the fuck would we talk about that?
Right?
If I wanted to know, I could just go watch your old
playthroughs. We'll jump into
playthroughs.
Silent Hill too. And hey, if we actually run out of topics on the podcast and you just want to jump into the game a little bit on the earlier side, I'm certainly not going to protest that.
Thank you, KB, for joining the 60 Skulls. I really appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much.
So,
all right.
Before we get to talking about the schedule, let's talk about the idea I had yesterday. Let's talk about how it ties into everything. So, first of all,
Yeah, go ahead.
With 285 viewers and climbing on the podcast.
No way we
got
beg
48
already.
likes. Let's get that up to 100
my
likes. We're 2 away from
God.
50. That's just going to happen. If I sneeze, we're going to hit 50.
Before
Let's
the
hit 100 likes
schedule
on the
segment,
stream.
we're
If you're
fucking
here
begging,
to enjoy
dude.
Silent Hill 2 hype and goodness, please click like today. That's
For
gonna help me a
likes,
ton
too.
for
We're not
engagement
even
purposes.
begging for
Let's
money.
get
We're
some
begging for
contributions in.
likes.
Let's get some super chats. Let's get some super stickers. Let's get some memberships. Get the memberships and tips. Let's get it
Oh,
flowing.
no, never mind.
Because
There's the
here's
money.
the
There's
deal.
the money.
All right, here's the idea that I came up with yesterday live. So yesterday,
All right,
someone
here we
said,
go.
"Hey, Phil, are you going to try out the new Krabby Patty?" And I said,
I hate
"What
it
the
here,
heck are
man.
you talking about?" And they were like, "Yeah, there's going to be
A Krabby
a
Patty.
new collab." I love these collab ideas. Now everything's a collab, right? Are you going to play a collab?
Yes. There's an IP that is collabing with a popular franchise to bring you a food from the IP, the intellectual property. It is a fucking collab. Why are we okay? Just complain about everything.
Are you going to try the collab between
Yeah, he's jealous that they
Wendy's,
didn't get a
the
DSP
popular
meal.
fast food chain, and SpongeBob SquarePants? And I said, what? Like, why is this collab happening in 2024? Right? Like, what could it possibly be? So I looked it up live, and what it is they're gonna have a burger that's basically the same as a Dave's single. Like, there's no difference, except they've designed some kind of a new special sauce that's supposed to be similar to the secret recipe of the Krabby Patty in the SpongeBob cartoon.
Okay, so they're not the exact same thing then. Because when you start a sentence saying it's just this, except, then it isn't just that. It's similar to, but they've added. I'll accept that, but to say it's the exact same fucking thing and then explain how they're not exactly the same is idiotic and stupid.
I'm not going to tell anyone what it is. I'm sure the employees are going to figure it out and probably spoil it all over the internet. But yeah, it's supposed to be a variation on their standard hamburger, but they're calling it the Krabby
Kool-Aid
Patty.
powder. Thank you for the
in
two,
addition,
but
they're
we
selling
I would appreciate
the
not
Krabby
talking
meal
about
combo,
other
and the
detractors
Krabby meal
in
combo
in
will have the
negative
Krabby Patty
style.
burger,
Thank you.
fries, and I don't know if it has a drink, but it has a small
Big ups for the two,
pineapple
though, of
under
course.
the sea
Of course.
frosty, which is basically just their vanilla frosty with this pineapple mango topping on it. Okay,
Thanks for pig-splaining the
that's kind of interesting.
Krabby
There's
Patty?
a combo, because if it was just the burger and you were telling me, so you want me to go to Wendy's to try this out when all they did is put one kind of special sauce on the burger, like that's it.
yeah.
That wouldn't really entice me. But the fact that it's a meal combo, is at least a little bit more interesting to me. So basically,
What does
people
this
are
have
like,
to do
try
with
it. I'm
you?
like,
Let's
well, I
go.
don't do DSP tries it anymore, right? Like, I haven't done this in ages. The last DSP tries that I did, I think, was in January, and I tried Mr. Beast's Feastables, and they were fucking terrible. They were so overly sugary. I hated them. I was like, dude, only the kid with the most ultimate craving of sugar would even want this. It tastes nothing like chocolate. It was disgusting.
Okay, so then why what are we bringing this up for then? If we've had poor experiences in the past, we don't like that shit, then why are we even entertaining the idea? Why don't you just do what you want to do? Why are you already setting this up in a negative light? Like, he wants to build hype for this. He wants people to be engaged in this and give him money so that he can do this dumbass event that nobody legitimately cares about. But then he wants to, talk shit on it and act as though it's lame as hell the whole time. Then what are we doing, man? What was the point? It's self-defeating at the end of the day. Thank you, P-Wop, for the 7 months. Phil, have you heard Wendy's is doing this? No, I haven't, but I'll make it a part of the stream for a few $1,000. This guy's an e-thought, 100%, dude. $1,950 to eat a Wendy's sandwich, and you're gonna love it. And he's not asking,
So anyway,
he's telling.
After that, I haven't done one. I've done Feasting with the King this year, Feasting with Phil, and now I call it Feasting with the King again. But I haven't done a DSP tries it in a million years, right? So
There's no
like, well,
fucking difference, though. Like, I'm going to keep pausing, but there's no difference between Feasting with Phil or DSP tries it, because all he ever does is he eats the fucking food. He's going to show you the food anyway. He's going to show you the cross-section. He's going to tell you what's on it. And then he's going to tell you at the end, after he's eaten it, how he feels about it. It's the same, like, that's the fundamentals of eating on stream, which he is barely capable of doing, don't get me wrong. But that's all he does. There is no fucking difference. So him saying, oh, I haven't done that in ages. Yes, you have. I don't know why you're sitting here pretending. It's nonsense, bro.
I said, well, why
Thank
don't
you,
we
Candy King
do
of the
a
Feed.
special like event incentive
Big
thing?
ups.
Why don't we do that if I hit a certain level of support, we agree and we do this cool special DSP tries it. Now, at first, admittedly, I was really stupid. I said, let's hit 25. Let's get 25
Fear Monarch, that's a good
goals
idea.
hit, and then I'll do it. And I started thinking in my head. So first of all, just so you guys know, the Krabby...
Fear Monarch, I will find out exactly how much I spend on that burrito, and if the super chat fucking comes through for exactly that amount, it'll be Dexter eating the big ass burrito.
Meal
That'll be
comes
the
out on
meme.
October 8th
I figured
at
it
Wendy's,
out.
Okay, and I think they said it was
I'll
Wendy's
do it
in
one
the
day.
United
Don't
States,
worry, we're getting
Canada,
there.
and a couple other territories. Like, it's not worldwide, but basically in like the major English-speaking territories, it kind of is. It's going to be like everywhere. So it's the 8th. The 8th is in 2 days. Tuesday, right? If I'm just think how dumb this was at first. I mean, I really didn't think this through. I was doing it on the fly. 25 goals hit. First off, what are the chances that I'm going to do that again? You know, it's probably not going to get that far. Recently, the streaks that I've been hitting are like 6, right? So it's not like, oh, it's
So
just
we're
a
lowering the
slam
bar.
dunk that we're going to get this, right? No.
We're lowering the bar so it's more
that would be
retainable.
the equivalent of 12 to 13 streaming days. So if you do the math, right, if I'm streaming 6 days a week, then that's at least 2 weeks. So what's to say that in 2.5 weeks, if we did hit the goal, that they would still have this meal, right? Because they're saying it's a limited time only. Typically, that would mean like a month, but you never know. Plus, you don't know how popular this thing's going to be. What if, after a week of having it, they sell out of the sauce and the topping? So now you can't really get it anymore, right?
Then they would just re-up on the ingredients until the end of the promotion date. Do you not understand how food works? Do you not understand that once you run out, like you could just get more? It's not actually like the end of the product just because there's none in the restaurant. I would think that he would, but given his understanding of how the world works outside of this example, I'm not betting that he would.
So basically, the original idea I had was stupid. 25 goals is really dumb. So then I adjusted it to 20, and then after that I was like, wait a minute, no. I want to do this when it's timely. I want to do it when it makes sense. I don't want to do it 2 weeks from now when no one gives a crap about it anymore because everyone's already done it. So I said, here's what we'll do. This week. That's it, this week. Let's get through this week. And if I can hit all of my goals by the end of this week, my streaming week goes through Thursday, I'll do it next weekend when I come back from break. That's perfect timing, is it not? And then still, it's not even a week after it's released. It would be interesting, timely, right? So
why doesn't he just make the content then? Like that's the part that I'm not understanding here. We've set this up to a goal, like we have to hit the amount of money to make content that you would continue to make money off of, and it would be timely, it would be trending. You could, you know, put it would hit your search engine optimization correctly, your SEO. Like just make the fucking content then. He very clearly wants to try it the way he talks about it, despite putting it down the whole time. So just make the fucking content, bro.
Let's do it, right? And so
yeah,
I did the math.
Let's do it.
And if you do the math, I would have to hit a streak of 13. It would be the end of the week would be 13 because I'm here today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So that's 10 more, right? So I said, that's way more reasonable. And obviously it gives people a reason to be motivated to keep the streak alive.
Well, that's exactly it. A guy with long hair. He told LTG you don't get the money up front, but that's exactly what DSP's asking for. I'm going to do this piece of content, but I want the money up front. That's all this is.
When we get great support, but the streak doesn't get hit. For example, there's a day when we hit like 110, 120. There's a day when we hit like 80, 90. Those aren't bad days. I want to make this clear. Those are great days. That's a good amount of support for any stream. No streamer, I mean, if a streamer does complain that they're only making like $80 to $100 on a stream, they're assholes, right? And greedy. Now
think about all of the times that DSP got $80 to $100 and complained because it wasn't $150.
Just think about it.
Oh, guys, we're so close to putting a hat on. Apparently, you don't want to see the hat.
This would give motivation and incentive.
We should probably hit it earlier so you can see the hat longer.
No matter what I'm playing. Now, the truth is, I'm playing a lot of Silent Hill this week, which we're going to talk about in a moment when we do the schedule. You're going to see. People like Silent Hill 2. You're in the right place. This week is going to be an absolute ton of Silent Hill 2. Okay? But, obviously, the idea here is to... By the way, I forgot to change the colors. Look at this. The idea here is to keep the momentum going all week long and hit those goals. Change this to the right color. And
very important that he changed the leaderboard to the right color. What were you going to do if it wasn't right?
The last couple of weeks, things have kind of fizzled out a bit.
I knew something was off in the ether.
Around gaming. Like, what amazing new games am I playing right now?
You're about to start Silent Hill.
Right? Like, literally nothing. I'm playing older games. I'm playing Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, which came out a couple weeks ago, right? So now we're getting some hype back. And that's the thing. I want to get that hype back. I want to get that momentum back now that we're starting to play new games. You know, then next weekend we're playing the new Dragon Ball game. That's cool, right? So,
why does it seem like every time DSP talks about what's up and coming, he's got that wrestling thing, right? Where like next week is always going to be better than this week. Well, what games am I playing right now? Nothing cool. But next week, you guys, next week you have to come back because we're going to be playing something incredibly robust and meaningful to you. But this week, right now, I need your support because it's slow and these games suck dick. Why is that always the case? Every single game that comes out is exactly the same. I don't get it, man. How many times can these dents fall for the same shit? He literally is a broken record for the past, what, 10 years now? Every single game he plays is not enough, and he's always looking around the corner for the next big thing, and it's never enough.
that's the deal. Here's how it works. We want to hit this goal, and this is between super chats, super stickers, and tips. Everything counts. It's not like it used to be where it's just tips. The good news is, because I had such
exactly,
a great month
Kubos.
August,
What do the games have in common? I was asking that yesterday.
I am now no longer tethered to tips. Do you know how nice that is to say, I have some flexibility. I have some liquidity. I don't have to worry about tips coming in every day to pay things that day. That's a great feeling. All right?
Which you could have had before.
Everything is good
but
now.
But your poor budgeting
kind of
wouldn't allow for that.
It doesn't matter if I get a tip or a super chat or a membership. It all will help me in the long term.
And just think about how fucking irrelevant this is to your audience. Dude, nobody actually cares whether or not, like if you're watching detractors, I hope you're not worrying about their bills. Please, for the love of God, don't worry about detractor bills. Nobody gives a shit. Have fun on the content. Just enjoy yourself on the internet. You watch DSP stream, and he's making it your business every single fucking day. Nobody wants to hear this shit. They just want to watch the gameplay. They want to hear you talk about your dumbass topics, which I personally don't care for most of them, but somebody does. Why don't you do that style of content instead of talking about fucking tips all the time?
And it all works out great. It's actually very relieving. It's kind of like pressure off my back to know, I can breathe a sigh of relief. I got a little bit of breathing room now with my finances. So, yeah, that's
Speaking of finances, Jordan with the 5. Thank you so much. I wasn't gonna donate today, but hearing him say on the fly among his other regarded use of any phrases pisses me off to an unreasonable level. Well, I agree, dude.
Let's hit these
goals.
It's
the DSP-tisms. You love it. I love it. Everybody loves it. It's part of his character.
Right? And if we do it, then we're going to do the special Krabby Patty meal. DSP tries it live over the weekend. Likely, I'll do it probably Saturday, I'm thinking, when I come back. It would be like, I would do my stream, my main stream, and then at the end of the main stream, maybe we would do the live DSP tries it, which would be pretty fun to do, I feel. And we'll go from there, all right? So,
all right.
Like I said, super chats, super stickers, tips. Guys,
Hit
let's get it going. We've got
eat a burger.
0 contributions so far to shout out on today's podcast. We got to get it rolling. We got to get the momentum going. If you're here for Silent Hill, please support the stream. I'm pumped for Silent Hill all day long. I know that you guys are too. Let's get it rolling. Let's get the momentum going. All right?
All right.
By the way, thank you. We've already got a dramatic increase in viewership. We're 360 viewers and climbing. 64 likes. Let's get that to 100 likes, guys.
What have we talked about so far?
Enjoy horror just like me. Survival horror is one of my favorite genres. Please like the stream. Let's get it going.
This is the 5th beg, and all we've talked about is if you give him money and listen to his begs, that he will eat a burger. We've been here for 38 minutes. If you take out the 10 or 15 or whatever for the music and intro, this guy's been fucking begging for 15 minutes pretty much straight. Think about that as an intro to a stream. 15 minutes of begging.
All right.
Is crazy.
Let's talk now about my schedule for the week, my plans for
now
this
we're talking about the schedule.
How it's going to pan out, okay? So first of all,
Ronnie's going to be working overtime.
About this previous, I'm not playing Metaphor. I've made the executive decision.
Oh, speaking of begging,
play Metaphor,
guys, I'm not going to get support. I can't play Metaphor,
and I just couldn't get. I just couldn't get any attention on it. I tried so hard. I told you guys how much I liked it. I hyper focused on the lore. I was really getting into it, and I just couldn't get the audience to care. It really is sad. I love JRPGs, but it just seems like this is a movement away from them when it comes to streaming and the like, that there's only a small group, a select group of people who could stream a lengthy JRPG.
Obrachan with the
kind of
1000 CPL. My apologies. My apologies. I was trying to find a good point to get it in there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do appreciate it. And then he tells us to not pocket watch him. Yes, after 15 fucking minutes of begging, he'll tell you that his finances are not your business and to quit pocket watching him. Absolutely. But guys, please, we need to hit the goal to make me eat a burger.
More success doing it.
Thank you,
sadly,
Obrachan.
I'm just
Of
not one of
course.
them anymore. I used to be able to play lengthy JRPGs and people cared, but now it seems those days are over. I don't even know what else to say. So it is what it is. I tried my best. I hope you guys, I want to express again, I really like Metaphor. I feel like if I played it, it would be one of my Game of the Year contenders from what I saw in the demo. I wish you all the best who are going to play it, because you guys are probably going to have an amazing experience that I have to skip, because sadly the audience just isn't there for it. So it is what it is. That's just kind of the double-edged sword of being a content creator.
And low-key, that's incredibly fucking sad. Like, if you really think about it, if this isn't DSP space gaming, the idea that somebody is really interested in a game and they'll never get to play it despite it being their cup of tea is a shame. People should be able to play the games they want to play. But he fucking can, dude. Just because he won't play it offline, he has to skip the entire experience. Potentially miss out on his game of the year because he's unwilling to play it off the clock. If you want to play a game that bad, you'd think that you would go out of your way to, play it. Not enough for DSP. If he's not actively being paid for it, he can't be bothered. What about all the time that you spend with your wife and you watch her play video games? Does she not want to watch you play video games? Can you guys not spend time together playing a JRPG like that? You would think you'd be able to fucking figure it out, but not the guy. 42 years old and I have no time, you guys.
For a living. You know what I mean? Okay. So what am I doing this week? Let's talk about it. First of all, 2 shout outs to do. Thank you. We got DB with the first super chat of the day saying, the I don't need to grift. All hail the king. Thank you so much to DB for the first super chat of the day.
The I don't need to grift? Is that a jab or did I miss the joke? I don't know.
I appreciate that very much. And you're right.
Yeah, exactly, Penitent. It sounds like a sneak diss to me.
There has to be a level of grift. Let's be honest, right? The only way you don't have to is if you're one of these giant viral people who literally gets views for the fact that you're already popular, which is really dumb, but it happens. I know because I was there at one point. Early in my career, that's how it happened. Like, I was just popular for the sake of being popular, and then I stopped being popular, right?
And now he hates on everybody who fell into the same hole that he did? How the fuck is that fair, bro? Well, you're meaning to tell me that you climbed to the top and you're going to be shitty because you're no longer there and other people... I mean, that is kind of the summary of DSP, though, isn't it? He scammed his way to the top and then fumbled the bag bigger than anybody else has ever fumbled a bag before. Yeah, actually, you know what? That checks out. Never mind.
Anyway, that's the truth is, thankfully, I don't have to tell you guys, hey, man, I'm destitute and I need this for bills. I'm not in that position anymore. I'm in a good position. I just need to manage my stuff properly, spend wisely, get things that I need when I need it. You know, I want to get
That's what you were always supposed to be doing, though.
Right now, I want to lay it out, see how it works for the next couple of months before I'm going to start dropping giant amounts of money.
Like, only after he ran into money did he start to think that he had to spend properly and save in case of emergencies? Like, is that what we're discussing right now? That only after receiving money was budgeting something that we had to consider? Maybe that's why you didn't have any fucking money, dumbass.
Essential things that I need, like a new washer dryer, comes before
Essential
that,
things,
right?
like a washer and dryer.
Clothes, so,
of course.
But yeah, it's a much better feeling knowing that you don't have that monkey on your back. That, oh, if you don't do good today, the whole thing could come crashing down. How are you going to buy your groceries this week? It's great. And I want to stay there now forever. Like, literally, I don't want to go back to where I was for many years there. And I'm thankful and grateful that you all support my content. Thank you so much for that.
All right.
So there we go.
There we go. Are we going to push it right into another bag?
Thank you so much, DB. Then we have Game Ticker.
Oh, no, sorry. We've got more to read. And then we'll probably beg for more likes.
Probably 2. Now, here's the funny part about saying that, though. I've played Silent Hill 1, Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 3, Silent Hill The Room, Silent Hill Homecoming. I think I played Homecoming. Silent Hill Downpour. And I think there was one more. The only one I didn't play, what was it called?
He's
like
literally
Shattered
saying he's a
Bullshit
beggar and
or
he does
something?
it for the
The one
love
that has
of
the ice
doing it.
mechanic, and it's like motion controls for the Wii. It's
Are you
terrible.
surprised to
I
hear
can't
this
play it.
though?
I tried playing it. I couldn't stomach it. The game was fucking trash.
He
and I
does
just couldn't
love
get through
begging
it.
more
I
than
quit
video
it. It was
games.
so
100%.
bad. But I've played all of the mainstream.
Yo,
games.
his fucking chat is destroying him right now. LOL. Hang on, let me run it back a little bit. You make more than 90% of people in the US and you're talking like you're on minimum wage. And Tuddy is speechless. Very cool.
All of the mainstream games. And I think everyone kind of arguably just agrees. It's kind of like the original Star Wars trilogy. Everyone just says, dude, The Empire Strikes Back's the best, right? I kind of think it's kind of the truth. Like Silent Hill 2, hands down, kind of is the best. Why do you think they remade Silent Hill 2 before they remade Silent Hill 1? Right? I rest my case there.
Because it's a more beloved like entry in the franchise. Because it is more modern, it would be easier to translate. I don't know. There could be a myriad of reasons.
Here's the thing.
We've
about
just
to talk about this,
assumed
'cause we're about to get
one.
the schedule. I haven't really replayed or re-experienced Silent
Did
Hill
they remake
since
one
I played
already?
it in 2012. It's been 12 years, right?
You guys, yeah, you know what? Shattered Memories was a reimagining of Silent Hill 1. You guys are right. I always forget that aspect as a not Silent Hill enjoyer.
Tomorrow. That's right. Tomorrow night on my late night stream over on the DSP Throwback channel, we're starting the retro replay Silent Hill 1 series. We're going to watch this playthrough of mine from 12 years ago back together for the very first time. So I'm going to get to see, hey, was it good? Was it not? I can't even answer that because I don't remember it. But now I'm going to see it again. I'm like, oh, okay. So here's maybe a thing that was better than the second game, and things that's worse than the second game. Keep in mind, Silent Hill 1's PS1. Silent Hill 2 was PS2. I mean, there was a big...
So it's kind of like they're not going to be that similar at all, and you're not going to be able to make apt comparisons between the two? Got it. So it is completely pointless, the thing that you just said. Awesome.
Change from that console generation in the way games controlled and the way
What's
that
even
they
the fucking
look.
point of half his sentences? He's literally just wasting air.
So I get the feeling Silent Hill 1's going to be pretty rough around the edges when we actually get to, playing it and rewatching me play it tomorrow night. But we'll see. Okay, so anyway, my favorite one I would argue is Silent Hill 2. But again, let's take a look at Silent Hill 1 starring tomorrow, and then maybe I can make that judgment better. Okay?
All right, sounds good.
Tag. Thank you so much for a $2 super chat. You can play DBZ early if you pre-order it. Hail King. Thank you, Tag. Yeah, I'm aware all these games now are like you can play them early if you buy like the better edition and you pre-order or something like that, right? Like,
yeah, it's about the only thing they can fucking offer between giving you the first season pass or whatever and allowing you to play the game early. That is the only pre-order bonuses they can give you because they're not giving you plastic shit anymore. I mean, they can give you art books and soundtracks, but consumers like DSP are not going to be for that. They don't give a fuck about the art. So at least they're trying something. Yeah, exactly. It's a great scam. It's a great scam.
What's it called? Sparking Zero.
Big ups to Louis Holmes. Thanks for stopping by, brother.
So here's Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. My nose itches. So yeah, pre-purchase Dragon Ball Sparking Zero Deluxe Edition and play the game 3 days ahead of full release. So basically Tuesday, the day that Silent Hill 2 was supposed to come out, but I paid $10 extra to play it 2 days early. This would now make Dragon Ball Sparking Zero playable 3 days early. But here's the difference, okay? Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, first of all, is $70, $69.99, even on PC, which is surprising because a lot of games are still $59.99 on PC.
Oh my fucking
The Deluxe
God.
Edition is $100. So that's $30 extra to play it a few days early. And you're like, well, what's in that, right? I don't really know. Like,
why don't you read the fucking description?
What else do you get?
Yes, it's on the Steam page right now. I promise.
Is it even worth it? Because if it's like season pass shit, I don't even know if I'm gonna play it after the the main release.
And I don't even know why we're playing this fucking game to begin with. Like, I know it's the new game, it's the new hotness. People are going to be talking about it, people are going to be playing it. He's kind of familiar with Dragon Ball, but he said previously, this very year, he had no interest in playing the game because it's always the same thing. The stories are going to be shit. He doesn't particularly care for Dragon Ball anymore. I can't imagine that this playthrough goes anywhere worth the shit. He's just going to be begging the whole fucking time. Talking about, oh, I spent $100 for the deluxe edition of this game, you guys, and I'm not receiving any of my money. Where's my money? I need to eat this Krabby Patty. It's the same shit all the time.
So it would even be worth it? Probably not. You know,
you're right. He also had no interest in playing Dead Rising. Like, all the games we're playing, we don't give a fuck about.
In addition, we're going to be into Silent Hill. And that's what I mean. Like, this week, which we're about to talk about, I want to be, like, hard focused into Silent Hill. I want to be playing and be immersed in this universe all week long. I don't want to say, let's play Silent Hill for a day, but then we're going to play Dragon Ball, but then we're going to go to Dead Rising, and then we're going to go back to Silent Hill. No, no, no. I want to be, like, immersed in Silent Hill this week. That's how I want it to be. So, for me, let me put it this way. If it was 10 extra bucks, I'd definitely consider it. $30 extra dollars, when I probably won't even be using the content you get for the $30 extra dollars, and I'm already playing another hype game.
Yes.
I'm not getting no rush to play this game 3 days early. You see what I mean?
I do. I think you shouldn't buy it.
This game, I mean, I'm excited for it. I hope it's good. You guys are telling me it looks amazing. So I'm down for it, but I don't think I want to be spending that much extra cash, you know, on a game that I would interrupt my gameplay of Silent Hill this week, you see?
Oh, yeah. We heaven forbid we interrupt Silent Hill, you guys. You're all so excited. This is going to be the cash cow for the week. And Roger just showed up. Thank you, Roger. What are we bitching about now? What are we crying about? We're crying about Dragon Ball Z, the new one, the Sparking Zero. The deluxe edition is $100 for 3 days early access. Can you believe it? We're justifying whether or not we can or cannot purchase it. Thank you, Red Demonizer with the 2. Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero was gifted to him. No way.
Telling me there, tag. So actually now we're up to $9 in contributions. Sorry, I'm tongue-tied today. And then the first tip of the day is rolled in.
I appreciate it too, but I didn't hear that. Big if true.
So here we
It wasn't the game, it was something else.
Says, okay. If you do that, keep mentioning it each stream or keep a banner goal up for Phil Eats a Krabby Patty goal. Your idea is good. Yeah, what we're going to do, because now that we've talked about it, I'm going to pin it on the stream.
Oh, look at this stance. Imagine having to type at your desk with this going on. This chicken wing out here with the straight noodle arm on the right. Like, why the fuck do you have to go around your microphone like this? You are the sole person in charge of your setup, and this is the position you have to be in to type. Amazing. Type in complete silence, by the way. Like, I don't want him to read it to me, but I could, you know, type and talk at the same time, please. Even if you have to take little breaks, like dead silence is not ideal either. Think about all of the audio styles that think that their phone is paused or something. That's a shitty thing to do to them.
There we go.
There you go.
Pinned message. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about it a little bit on each stream so people know about it. But great suggestion. I want to pin that every day. So thank you. And let's go ahead and...
He wants to pin that every day. Just translates to, I'm going to have a typing that out segment every single day. How cool is that, you guys? We love to see it. We love to see the typing segment.
I think that's a great one, is it not? I mean, that's something, and thank you for that idea, because someone came up with that yesterday during the podcast. And looking into it, it seems like a lot of people are interested in it. So that's excellent. By the way, one final thing before we get to the schedule. Beware. Because we have some dumbass imposters who've been coming by and impersonating regulars in the chat recently. And what I mean by that, just yesterday or 2 days ago, we had someone impersonating Fed Roger and
What's up, Red Flare?
And I get the feeling that they're doing it to others too, and we just don't know. This is a problem with YouTube. Names aren't unique. Anyone can literally copy anyone else's name, and unless you're verified like I am, like my account is verified on YouTube, it has the check mark, but unless you're verified, it's very easy to act like you're somebody else that you're not, okay? And so we've had people doing this the last few days, and they even fooled me. Like, I think it was yesterday, the day before, someone had said, I thought it was Fed Roger, and they said, oh, if someone tips, right, I will match that tip right now.
Oh, I remember that.
And
yeah.
so someone tipped,
I remember.
and then that person just quieted up and come to find out it wasn't the real Fed Roger. It was an impersonating asshole.
What in the
So we have to be diligent. There may be people trying to make accounts that look exactly the same as someone that you know.
Yeah,
just
you
to
guys
try
are,
to make them look bad.
You guys are pointing it out in the chat. One Sick Puppy, one of the people that was being impersonated, is literally Canadian Kirk. So this is once again DSP playing defense for his favorite band dodging Canadian style racist, racing fan, if you will.
So we have to be skeptical about it, okay? And so if you guys notice this, if someone's impersonating you or whatever, bring it up. So that we can
but I
investigate
don't even
and we can kick them
understand
out,
why
because
this
we don't
needs
want
to be
that shit.
said.
That doesn't fly on my streams, man. That's not cool. I don't want people trying to get other people in trouble and stuff, right?
Because you would just ban the people for the bad behavior. You would click on their name, you would hit ban, and then that would be the end of it. It doesn't matter if they're, you know, pretending to be somebody else, because as long as that account, the real one, isn't saying the things, they shouldn't be in danger of being banned. What are we talking about, man? How is this even an
That was
issue?
yesterday during Dead Rising. There you go. And then the other thing, like I said, the One Sick Puppy was like a day or two ago, too. So, what's up, Dark Ethan? Dark Ethan with a $15 Canadian super chat. Good morning, Phil. Have a good day. Thank you so much for that. You know, I don't know. I got to figure out the Canadian equivalent. Hold on. I know you're the top super chatter, but I want to be accurate.
Oh
So
my
hold on.
god. You guys remember when he started including super chats into the tips total or whatever?
74 cents it says. So
And he was like, I'm
that
not
was
going to do
15.
conversions
It's
live. That's fucking
$11.05.
stupid.
That's your super
That's
chat.
why I
There you
haven't
go.
done this for years. Because I don't want to do
$11.05.
conversions.
So
And now
I
we're
can do
doing
this
it.
accurately. And that was Dark Ethan.
Yeah, same story as
11.05.
that.
There you go. So we add
Australian
$11 to our
dollar.
running total. We're at 22 and climbing.
got there
Thank you guys so
eventually.
much for your early support. How are we doing on likes on the stream? We're at 83 likes. That is absolutely unacceptable because the king demands 100 likes on the podcast. So please hit the like.
You guys remember earlier when he finished reading off that first tip or super chat or whatever, and then I thought he was going to go into a bag immediately after, but he actually had to go into a different super chat. I was right in the end. He did immediately go into a like bag. So I wanted to collect my W where I can, and they're few and far between at this point.
Like button. If you're here, you're enjoying the show, you're liking the positive vibe, you're here for survival horror, you're into it just like me, give it a like. Let's hit 100 likes right now. Okay. So, schedule for this week. I'm showing up in the featured section of YouTube. No, I'm not. I don't show up in the featured section of YouTube. If I was, I would have more than 400 viewers right now. I would have, if you're in featured, you're going to jump arguably a few hundred viewers. And I'd probably be up to more. I'm not in the featured section.
Okay.
If I'm in the section, it's your featured section.
Very fucking bold to
It's a customized one
assume
because you watch
that if just because you were in the featured section that you would have got a bump of at least a couple of hundred extra viewers. That's kind of wild. I don't know why you would have came to that assumption at all. I don't know where the metrics are on that or where he's pulling that information from, but it seems very strange to say with that kind of confidence.
content, and then I'm showing up there. There's no way I'm in the actual, real featured section of you. Anyway, let's talk about the schedule. Today, it is Silent Hill 2 all day long. First stream, second stream, 3 hours, 2 hours. So hopefully by the end of today, 5 good hours of Silent Hill 2 remake. The weird part about this game, it's a remake. 100% this is Silent Hill 2 remake. Okay? But they're not calling it that. They're just calling it Silent Hill 2. That's bad. In any media, it doesn't matter if it's movies, TV, music, video games. It's bad to have the same name because all it does is cause confusion. This 100% is the Silent Hill 2 remake, but it's just called Silent Hill 2. Now, when people are talking about Silent Hill 2, are you talking about the original? Are you talking about the HD version from the PS3
No Face.
collection?
I appreciate it.
Or are you talking about the remake from 2024 that no one called remake? No one's gonna know what the hell you're talking about.
Well, you could probably just call it Silent Hill 2024. I like this. This has been an issue. Well, I would call it an issue, quote unquote, because it's not a fucking problem at all. Yeah, exactly. Just put a 2024 on it. You guys remember MK9? It was just called Mortal Kombat. Yeah, people just started calling it whatever they wanted, and they wound up on MK9, where you could say Mortal Kombat 2016 or whatever the fuck that game came out. I genuinely can't remember at this point, but it was around there somewhere. Literally, that's all you have to do. It's not an issue. Doom, you guys remember when Doom got relaunched as Doom 2016, and then they started putting names on the end of it to differentiate? I remember that. It's not complicated. Figure it out.
Because they named it the same. I hate that. So I'm calling it Silent Hill 2 Remake to be clear to the audience that that's what it is. But when I title it and everything, I don't even know if I should call it Silent Hill 2 Remake, because people might be confused because it's not called Remake. Right?
Yeah, exactly, Obrich. In Modern Warfare 2019,
remember?
That's all you gotta do is just call it by the year it came out.
An amazing job with that. So, anyway, I'm playing it all day today. All right? Very excited for this. Can't wait to play it all day. Tomorrow, I'm doing my ReACK content. And you might say, oh, that sucks. You're breaking it up already. Well, yeah, and there's a couple reasons for it. Number one, my ReACK content is supposed to be every Sunday. This is a crazy exception now, where we are able to play the new release on Sunday instead. So that never happens, right? New releases never come out on Sunday. So
it didn't come out on Sunday. It's supposed to come out tomorrow, on Monday. Like, I just want to make this very clear. He's acting as though this was out of the blue, a once in a lifetime, but like he paid an additional $10 to make the schedule this way. That's all this was. I don't know why he insisted on doing it that way. Probably to try and cash in on day one hype. But still, let's not hide behind the fact that you changed it because you wanted to. Paying to do so, in fact.
So it is what it is. We're bumping the ReACK content.
But it is
to Monday.
what it is.
I do owe that ReACK content to those.
It's just ReACK content. It's not important anyway.
They pay to have their videos watched. I have to do it. But the good news about this is, it's going to be an opportunity for those who are maybe going to play it themselves, okay, to basically play it themselves, get caught up with my playthrough before I get back to it on Tuesday, because I'll have 5 hours out by the end of today, right? So now on Monday, people can watch that slowly, get caught up with it, and then be ready for the rest of the week when I'm going to be pressing forward in this game a lot. Okay?
Wait a minute. So Monday, wait a minute. So no, I just realized what the fuck he's talking about. So he paid the $10 extra to play it today and pushed the ReACK content to tomorrow instead of just not paying the $10, doing his schedule as normal and playing the game tomorrow instead of breaking it up immediately and just doing a solid week of fucking Silent Hill. This is the dumbest fucking schedule I've heard of. Why would you do it that way? Why would you play the game for one day and then immediately do an entire day without playing it? Yeah, the hype though. What hype? When you play it for fucking 5 hours, you spend half of the time dawdling around in the menus, and then you don't play it the following day to continue the story. And people are just gonna go elsewhere. How the fuck did he think this was a good idea?
DSP versus the internet, my weekly clips.
It's exactly an MK repeat. It's exactly it.
Reacts, and then Monday night, this is the good thing. Monday night, over on DSP Throwback, I'm very excited for this. Retro React through Silent Hill 1. Haven't seen this playthrough or played the game since 2012. So the first time in 12 years, I'm going to get exposure again to Silent Hill 1. I'm going to make a judgment for myself if I like it, if I don't. It's going to be a great stream. I can't wait for that. I hope you'll join me for that over on DSP Throwback. It's a special event that we're doing.
Yeah, it'll be so cool, you guys. DSP Throwbacks. Tuesday, you're all big fans.
We are back to Silent Hill 2, and I'm going to play it on both streams on Tuesday. Okay? Both. Then on Wednesday, it will be more Silent Hill 2 on the day stream. And Wednesday night, we'll do a WWE Champions Zombies Month stream.
Oh, boy.
On Wednesday, there'll be
everybody make sure that you set your clocks to go to fucking sleep Wednesday night.
Tours, new loot, and all of that. Great time to jump in. And I'll actually unlock the Zombie Chelsea.
The guy is giving you the WWE Champions branded ZQL for your good night dreams.
Night. And then Thursday, more Silent Hill 2. And then Thursday night, it'll be some fighting games, and I'm undecided if I want to do more of the Marvel vs. Capcom collection or if I want to return to Street Fighter 6 but play with a character I'm good with. At this point, I want to break from Terry Bogard. He's very frustrating to play with because he's not very good.
He's not a top tier like Bison was, so you don't want to play with him?
Shocker. What fighting game do you guys want for Thursday night? Reason I'm doing fighting games on Thursday night is because I'm not here Friday. That's my day off this week.
And I do actually want to point that out and emphasize that he's tired of playing Terry Bogard because he's not good. That was specifically the wordage that he used, not me. Usually when he decides that he doesn't want to play a character anymore, he's like, oh, he's not my style. I don't really like that. I like weirder characters. But like, actually, no, this time it's just because Terry's not fucking good. Couldn't be bothered to try and be good with him. Couldn't try learning, his moves and how to utilize his moves correctly. Fuck that. He's just not top tier. I couldn't be bothered.
So
at least he said it like it was this time. You got to appreciate that.
You got to do it on Thursday instead.
Oh, people are saying that Terry is top tier, though? LOL. So it's actually a skill issue.
That's an exciting streaming week.
I'm not surprised.
If everything goes according to plan, that's going to be around 16 hours of gameplay of Silent Hill 2 over the course of this week. That's a pretty hefty amount, right? I'm very excited to get that far into the game. Week 1, we may be right at the end, okay? Now, when I come back from my break on Friday, on Saturday, I will play Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero. All right, it'll be the big premiere on Saturday, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. And then Saturday night we'll do WWE Champions. Sunday will be my ReACK day, and then Monday we'll get back to the mix of Silent Hill, Dragon Ball, and remember, I still have to finish Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. So we have a good amount of games.
I mean, you don't have to finish it. You could just quit.
October, okay. And then after that, we just
I don't know if you guys have seen his Dead Rising gameplay, but holy fuck, is it still bad.
There's multiple games. I think we've
after
got
3 playthroughs
and another one. There's like 2 that come out around then. And then, of course, we got my Halloween marathon. And then, of course, we've got Dragon Age right after. So we're good. Like, once we get past the middle of October, we're good. But we have to get through the middle of October first. And we're going to be juggling a few different things at that time. Okay? So there you have it. By the way, I have a contribution that came in, a $10 super chat.
If you saw, Keep, if you saw the short of him blowing apart Bert's skull
says,
and then
Phil,
wondering what happened, that's pretty much all you need. It speaks for itself.
Thank you so much for your support. Hold on, because I want to refresh my
he's here. The part that kills me about his Dead Rising gameplay, I don't care about his fucking animations.
You know what? I'm just gonna
is that he is literally blind, but he's having issues with the fundamental mechanics of Dead Rising.
It lags bad.
Oh, the NPCs aren't following. Oh, there's so many zombies. The movement, the save system. Like, these are all things that have been in the game forever. And actually made easier this time around. But there's still an issue.
It's a lot of issues. I don't think they tested it very well. All right, so thank you, Tarantula MS, for a $10 tip. The biggest tip of the day so far. Have some Frankenfill as a way of saying thank you. And that gets us up to $32 in contributions today and climbing. We're 1/5 of the way to hitting the goal and continuing on the Krabby Patty streak for the week. Very nice.
Very nice.
Okay.
All right.
So that's the schedule. Now, guys, I have I have 2 updates. Okay.
Anthony, they literally did make the game easier specifically for people like him, and then he went out of his way on the first pre-stream following the Dead Rising gameplay to talk about how the game is easier, but it's not the true authentic experience, and if this was his first time playing the game, he would be a little upset because they made it so easy, when it's exactly people like him who are the reason why that is being done in the first place. He's actually the fucking problem, and he's not even appreciative of what they've done for him. Ack.
Update number 1, I'm working to solidify a podcast appearance for this week. I'm nearly there. I'm like this close. I just haven't nailed down the exact date and time yet. All right? Once I do, I will let you know. But basically, it looks like one morning this week, the Level 1 podcast will have an interview. All right? I will let you know the details very soon, probably tomorrow. I was this close.
So no name, no confirmation.
And then I didn't confirm it yet. But I want to confirm. You know me. I don't like to overpromise and underdeliver. All right. So, yeah. All right.
Sorry.
There will likely be an interview on the Level 1 podcast this week. I just don't know the exact date yet. I'll let you know soon. Okay. But the other topic, okay, in regards to yesterday's segment and announcement on Review Tech USA. First of all, overall,
it's time.
People liked the fact that I got caught up with Review Tech USA and all of his antics. People are having a good laugh at it. Especially because I was watching the Kino Casino guys react to him, and it was like,
incredibly cringe.
Like, it's the ultimate ReACK loop. So you made content Rich reacted to your content. Kino Casino reacted to Rich's content. You reacted to Kino Casino's content, but it all started with your content. When you think about it, I want you to think about how crazy that is. Just simply because I'm a creator and I make content.
Go ahead.
There are people who react to it, and it just creates a giant circle, ecosystem of content because I'm a creator. If I were to turn off...
Yeah, it's called drama farming. Like, he's just now, I guess, like, come to grips with the idea of drama farming and how it's cyclical in nature and creates an infinite amount of content if you're willing to be interesting and talk enough shit. Turkey Tom tried to explain that to him and tried to plant those seeds in his head when he was talking about milking him for content and trying to get a reaction out of him so that they could do something. And at the time, that was looked down upon. That was an issue, and Turkey Tom was a problem for that. But now that the Kino Casino has put it into his mind, it's completely different, and this is allowed, and this is what the people want. They love this shit, obviously. They're reading it out of the palm of his hand.
Off my camera today.
Just wanted to put that into perspective so you can see how things have changed.
There would be an entire group of creators who would be like, fuck, what are we doing now? Phil's gone, right? And I'm not saying about Kino Casino, they react to a ton of shit. I'm just saying in general, you see how there's like these circular ecosystems that grow as opposed to, you know, people who just sit in there making their own content. Like, that would happen. There'd be entire YouTube channels. I'd be like, oh, fuck, what do we do if Phil is gone and doesn't make content anymore? It's just wild to think that, right?
Just go get a different hobby, bro. It's not that deep.
Yes,
got 100 other things I could go do.
Right? And the general consensus is great segment, but we're not so sure about how you ended it. What do you mean? Well, the end of the segment was basically
go ahead. Think it through.
Basically,
all right.
For me,
yep.
I wanted to have Review Tech on my podcast for a couple of reasons. Okay? Reason number one, hold on, because I have to do a freaking conversion here.
Holy fuck, brother. Can you move with the goddamn content? He's stuttering through every fucking sentences, paying half fucking attention to his own content, and then trying to do conversions.
Okay, I received a Norwegian super chat from Nulla Viking. And I can't say this because what he said is something that I can't say on YouTube. But then he says, I'm doing an edgy super chat. Fun to see you in the sector. Glad to see you're more fun and relaxed than you used to be. Thank you, Mulla Viking. I appreciate that. That's actually the biggest super chat of the day.
Wait, that wasn't the whole thing. Why didn't you read the whole thing, DSP? Can we... Well, let me turn my keyboard back on. We'll run this back a little bit. Because he didn't read the shout out here to the traitor and the guard. He didn't read that part, did he?
And I can't say this because what he said is something that I can't say on YouTube. But then he says, I'm doing an edgy super chat. Fun to see you in the sector. Glad to see you're more fun and relaxed than you used to be.
Super relaxed.
Thank you, Mulla Viking. I appreciate that. That's actually the biggest super chat of the day. It's the equivalent of $11.24. So Mulla Viking has unseated Dark Ethan with that super chat. And that gets us up to...
I like that we're counting exact fucking cents on the leaderboard now. $11.24 specifically.
Okay. Getting back on track here. So yesterday, after the reacting to Review Tech segment, I basically said I'm talking with the man about having him appear on the show, and we haven't hammered in the date yet. And honestly, that's mostly because of me, because I don't know my exact work schedules because they fluctuate, right?
They don't have to, but go ahead. Whatever.
You guys
not worth the time.
I'm going to probably have Review Tech on the show, and there's a couple of reasons why I want him on. The reaction was very mixed, to say the least, okay? We had people coming, leaving comments. People were tweeting me. People were DMing me. People were emailing me. I'm not kidding. And they were like, you should not have this man on your show.
I agree.
Okay?
I agree.
Now, allow me to explain my rationale of why I'm considering having Review Tech on this podcast as an interview. Okay?
Why does it fucking matter?
We have tremendous history. Correct?
Okay, tremendous
history. Has essentially crapped on me for 10 years.
I mean, not YouTube, best friends, enemies,
arguably,
I guess.
Made hundreds of thousands of dollars on my back. Again,
were you counting?
If I wasn't a content creator and I wasn't making stuff, he would have nothing to make fun of. But because I am, he does. And a day when he made fun of me is a day he would get views and make money from his audience. And it's funny because you would say, well, if that's the case, isn't it just because, you're easy to make fun of or whatever. Yes and no.
Yes, 100%. You're easy to make fun of.
Or I was an easy target. Not
Still
anymore,
are.
'cause now
Still
I
are.
clap back. But I feel like I was an easy target.
With the shittiest clapbacks possible. Like, I don't really like the ego on DSP because one of the things that I find the most cringe, one of my biggest pet peeves, is when people are in public and they get into spats and they think they're being Billy Badass, they think that they are somebody, and they look like a fucking fool. I just don't want that to be happening to people in front of me because I get secondhand embarrassment because they look fucking dumb. I don't like it. That genuinely does bother me. So DSP thinking that he's, you know, the cock of the walk and shitting on detractors or whatever is just so obnoxious and the type of content that makes me literally hide my face in embarrassment. He looks so fucking stupid.
At one point, and because, you know, when everyone's ganging up on me, this is how you don't play, spawning this big negative movement against me. If no one ever has my back and no one's ever going to speak up for me in any rational way, I'm just talking about myself and no one really gives a shit, right? Really, when someone gets your back,
I must be struggling watching Phil. Yeah, dude.
So,
it's one of the reasons I'm so enamored. Is because I
like
I hate it.
Hundreds of thousands
but it's a strange feeling.
Even fucking
it's like watching cringe compilations all day
without permission. I want you to think about how crazy that is, right? So for me to have him on my show and to finally have this conversation with him about what the fuck is he up with him? Why did he latch onto me in this pretty unhinged way? Why does he keep talking about me? To this day, he's still doing it. I mean, I literally just yesterday was reacting to him reacting to me, the casino reacting to him. Like, why is he still
the whole
doing
thing
it?
was cringe.
Right? How does he not understand that if he would just do something else, something different, something creative, it would be better for him? His same shtick of let's crap on Phil today doesn't work anymore. It works for a very small percentile of his audience, and it works if he wants to court my detractors, right?
But how many people are actually paying attention to RTU because of his beats? How many people are actually tuning into RTU to hear whatever dog shit remix he's made of somebody else's hip hop song? Actually less than people that are tuning in to watch detractor content from him. As shocking as that is, because he was bottom of the barrel to begin with. So what DSP is saying is just wrong. Him being creative does nothing for him. Nobody cares about him being creative. They either want to see the tech reviews, which those people are long gone, or they want to see detractor content now. Nobody gives a fuck about his creativity, and I don't think that he has any way to make people care.
So really, that's all he wants. All he wants is the detractors' attention. He'll get it, but that's all he's ever going to get. He's never going to grow. He's never going to have content that's going to have longevity. It's just going to be, I need money today. I got to turn on my stream.
At least he likes Griselda.
For a couple hours.
That is a W. I have to give him that. Liking Griselda is a good opinion.
Right? He really needs to change things. You know, it's just stupid. So number one, just the fact that we have this history, right? But it's always been one-sided. It's always been him crapping on me. But now, the opportunity to have him on my show, in my realm of existence, in my space, and to have a real conversation with him about what is going on with this guy and what goes through his mind.
Yeah, a real
I think
conversation.
it'd be fascinating. Okay, really. Just honestly, I think it would be fascinating.
What is he going to say? What is he going to offer? That's kind of the part about this whole interviewing RTU thing that I've never quite understood. What the fuck does he have to say? I'm so confused as to what DSP or anybody for that matter thinks that RTU is going to provide. He's just going to go up there and talk shit to feel like maybe we'll get an actual argument. But aside from that, there's actually nothing to gain from that. I can't imagine it would even really be all that entertaining, aside from the initial shock value of two grown-ass men yelling at each other on the internet, which is entertaining for all of 5 fucking seconds before you realize how sad it is.
Now,
he wants an apology. You guys are right. That is the point. I don't know that he would get it, though.
Let's be honest here, right?
If Rich had any sort of dignity, he wouldn't do it.
And if ever there's going to be drama, right? Definitely, me and him, mano a mano, on a show, going back and forth, that's going to be drama. You just know it is. Like, what are the chances I have him on the show and it ends up being the most cordial conversation possible? Like, what are the chances of that happening? Probably 0.00001%. right? Maybe. I mean, that's that's all I could think of, right? I think here's the thing. I think
Here's the thing. Bottom line is
the idea of the interview makes sense. But here's why some people have reached out to me, okay? There's two major reasons.
how
Reason
many
number one.
fucking setups do we have to have, bro? He can't tell any story straight. He can't just tell you what these comments said. He has to give you 900 lead ups to tell you this is what people are saying, even though it's a good idea. There's two main factors. Like, okay, get on with the fucking point. What are we doing?
People are not convinced
How long am I going to
that
stream
Rich is
for?
going to show
Until the
up
pre-stream's over, for sure.
on the show,
We still got like
and be a serious
30,
guest,
45 minutes.
right? They're actually convinced that
Before
he's going to
pausing.
come on the show and actually try to pull stunts and shit. Like, for example, we were just watching the video yesterday. He called me the hard R, right? I want to, you know, people are saying, do you think the mic boost got erased? Hold on. People think the mic boost got erased? Nope,
Oh
it's
my-
still there. The +3 decibel, it's there.
He does
There was
have
an
kind of
airplane
a...
flying over my house, and it was making a lot of noise. So
Oh,
maybe the
okay.
microphone muted that, and because of that, it was silencing me. But now it should sound normal again.
He definitely had some sort of weird fucking weird noise going on in the background. I didn't mention it because I thought it was on my end.
It was a really loud airplane going over my house right now. That's probably what you heard. Okay. So anyway, yeah. I mean, he literally called me the hard R in his content, and it's like, what the hell? Never in my life. And listen, I grew up in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Which a
Oh,
lot of people,
yeah, for any of those of you who didn't know, I didn't hear RTU actually call him the hard R, but he definitely started it. I don't know if he finished calling him an Enwa, but he definitely started it, and DSP made a big deal about it, and that's why that segment was 39 minutes long yesterday. Yes, DSP grew up on the mean streets of Bridgeport,
Black
of course.
Connecticut is this snooty, rich state. No, it's not. There's a very small portion of Connecticut where a lot of rich people live. Everywhere else is kind of ghetto. And I grew up in a kind of ghetto
Play the
area,
clip. I'll see if I
alright?
can find it
I didn't grow
quickly.
up affluent or rich or anything like that. And I lived in like nearly ghetto areas, right? I knew people who were really bad into drugs and gangs and bad things. Not once in my life have I ever been called the hard R.
And I promise you, that's only because DSP's never listened to some of the people that make fun of him online. And that actually doesn't even fucking make sense, because DSP has confirmed in the past that he's read his own Kiwi Farms board. And if you've read it, he's definitely been called the hard R before. Like, that's just the way that the facts, you know, are laid out. He's definitely been called the hard R. There's no doubt about it, dude. No doubt.
Okay? Growing up in a bad area, it never happened. But now,
And
at
you guys are saying
42 years
LTG
old,
did it. I believe
I'm
you.
being
I
called
believe
the
you.
hard R by a man in his 40s who's also a content creator. And it's just fucking bizarre. Okay? So basically people are like, we don't trust that Review Tech's going to come on your show and act professional. He might come on and try
Okay,
to pull
sorry.
stunts.
There seems
He
to be
might
a
try-
little bit of confusion. When I say hard R, I'm not talking about regard. I'm talking about the slur made for African American style individuals. I'm not saying that DSP isn't regarded. I'm saying that he was getting called a hateful slur that he may or may not have said during Returnal.
try to do something extreme that's going to get you in trouble on YouTube, or he might not be able to hold his tongue and he says something stupid, and now you get in trouble for it because it's in your content. Okay, that's reason number one that people don't want him on the show. Okay, the other reason is very simple. Basically, people, I hate to say it, are not really wanting Rich to get any kind of attention, popularity, or positivity thrown his way.
Yes,
Basically,
100%.
they're
Let's
like,
go.
no, you have to understand
Let's blackball
that
RTU from making content.
in regards
Please.
to
An actual
Tech,
W for the internet.
this has been a downfall that's been a long time coming, and he deserved it, and he was insulated from it for a long time because no one really was looking at him. He had 1 million subs, and everyone thinks that 1 million sub YouTuber is kind of protected. I mean, there's some exceptions there like Boogie, but for the most part, like, he was insulated from any criticism. This year, all the criticism got thrown towards him, and he's literally just blown over like a deck of cards. It was always a house of sticks that looked like a house of bricks, but now the house of sticks is collapsed, and people don't want this guy to get any kind of a foundation back. Some people have actually said that if I have him in this interview and I don't destroy him, which I
Yeah.
could do, I already have.
If
right?
I don't
Like,
destroy
I literally
him.
already have done this.
Oh my fucking. He really went and grabbed the goddamn chip. What? This guy's cringe. And I've just realized this is my apologies to Broside Phil with the 5. I have no idea how long ago that came through. A while ago. So I apologize. I feel like we're unlocking a new era of insufferability. His recent "I'm your better" quote tied with the Krabby Patty saga is totally unhinged. Or is truly unhinged. Absolutely. Absolutely, dude. This guy is more insufferable by the day. Every segment sucks worse than the last. I swear to fuck. 100% right. Thank you for the 5.
Or like, if you have him on this interview and you don't destroy him, and he comes off at least even looking half normal as a person, you're actually boosting this guy and you're helping him.
Yes.
And you shouldn't do that. I've actually been told, and I don't know if this is true or not. I'm sure Rich is going to watch this portion of my show and respond to it. But I've been told that Rich has actually tried to reach out to others and have conversations or appear on shows, and they've said, no, we don't want you. You know, no, absolutely not. That's why he's not streaming that much. That, you know what I mean? Like,
and that's the exact same behavior that people met him with for how many years? And he's just now realizing that this is how this works. That when people generally just don't like you, they don't want to give you the time of day. They don't want to boost you on the internet. They don't want to put any credibility on your name. They don't want to give you any sort of clout. How is he just now realizing that this is how people behave on the internet is my question. After 16 years of doing this shit, dude. How?
his like any kind of collaborations or good graces that he had have fallen apart over the last year with all the controversy around him, and people don't want.
Like, who is he pig-splaining this for? Because everybody else knows that this is exactly what he was living for years, except for him, I guess.
Does him a favor, because it's going to get people talking about him again at a time when literally everyone just wants to forget about this guy and have him move on and be forgotten and erased from the internet. All right? I mean, the Kino Casino guys were saying it themselves. It's just very weird. This guy has over 1 million subs on YouTube, but he's losing 5,000 subs a month.
Okay.
At an exponential rate. It's increasing, actually. And he goes on stream, and he's only getting a couple hundred viewers. Right? He's only getting like 200, 300 viewers tops on his streams. So, where did his audience go? They're gone. He has 1 million dead subs who don't care about him or his content.
You're in the same fucking boat.
The avenue to basically come on my show and be seen in any kind of a light. Even if it's a negative light, it's still a light. It's a highlight. And he wants the highlight right now. That's why he's reached out to me. I gave him the ultimatum. I said, this is it, your last chance.
Sorry, I'm letting him cook.
You don't have to respond, but if you don't, you're not going to be on the show ever again. And then all of a sudden he jumped and said, oh yeah, I want to be on the show. Right? Because in reality, he wanted to be on the show all along. And he's realizing this is his last chance to try to get any kind of attention. So,
I hate that DSP thinks that like his show is some sort of place to actually get attention. That that anybody is actually gonna garner any sort of audience or goodwill from being on his show. That's not the case. I don't know why he thinks people like him now. Because he's received extra money recently that's gone, by the way. That's all we have to go off of. And DSP lording around like he's better than RTU, which I think that he is, at least in a small portion, but like not by that much, not enough to be throwing it in his face and touting all over the internet that you're dunking all over him and you're shitting on his life and the situation that he finds himself in is completely absurd, because that's the exact same situation that he was in not that long ago, and most would argue still in to this day.
By the way, this is all speculation. This
it's
is what
all
I'm hearing.
Fucking
this is not
irritating.
Facts, okay, this is what I'm hearing from people. A ton of people contacted me in 24 hours to tell me this, and I'm like,
a ton of people. No names though, not a single username.
Of the impression they wanted him to be on the show. Everyone was like, "Yeah, have him on as a guest. We want him as a guest. This is great." But now I actually finally got the guy to respond 2 months later, right? And now it's like, after what happened,
when's DSP gonna get a Joe Rogan pre-stream? That's a good question.
Definitely fallen off, you know. No, I meant what I said. If he does come on this show and he is high, or he's popping edibles, or there's any indication that this guy is on drugs or anything, he's gone. I'm just gonna hang up.
For what reason?
Flush him.
Why?
You know, I mean, I want to have an appearance that's a real conversation. I don't want this to be, oh, he's gonna appear and then he's gonna be taking it like all jokes and acting like an asshole. And then again, what if he said?
But wouldn't that support his narrative? If RTU did show up and he was off the edibles, he was absolutely geeked out of his brain. Wouldn't that be better content for you? Because you could shit on him and he would have no rebuttals and he would be completely incoherent and it would be proving all of the points that you've said about him along the way. Why? And also incredibly difficult to tell whether or not somebody is high online. Okay, maybe not for RTU because of the way that he does behave when he makes his own content high, but for most people, you could not actually fucking tell if they popped a bean before the stream or not. There's a lot of people that get high before a stream and have a good time. RTU just happens to not be one of them.
Or does something that's extreme or whatever, you know? So I don't know. Let me put it this way. Right now, the date's
Greg
not
Ward's
locked in,
could
and that's
be
on my end
like
anyway,
you
because
really
I need
do
to know my
never
schedule.
know
I
if
don't
you can
know
keep
my
your energy
schedule.
high enough.
Okay, I don't. Once I know it for like the next 1 to 2 weeks, then I can decide the dates to lock anything in, or I can decide to not have him on my show. I could change my mind. It's my show. I can do whatever I want with it, right? There's no commitment here. There's no contracts in place. I have several people interested in being on my podcast. I have one person that I feel it would be a very controversial interview, but don't worry, this is not a person who I have bad blood with whatsoever. But this would be a pretty controversial interview to have with this person for interesting reasons. And that's all I'm going to say, because if I say another word, I'm gonna spoil it, and I don't want to spoil it. But this would be a pretty interesting appearance, okay?
Why does he not talk about these people before the day, like the day prior? Why is he not building up hype for these interviewees? Why? Because if you told me right now, next week, DSP is going to be interviewing Dr. Disrespect, I would low-key be hype. I would be like, what the fuck? DSP is actually going to talk to somebody of stature? There's going to be something actually going on? Let me make sure that I'm listening at the appropriate time to be there for it, you know? But when you're like, oh, I might interview somebody someday, maybe, I don't know, that doesn't give me a time frame to work with. I'm not looking forward to that because I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Obviously, you guys know I've been talking with Wings and Boogie. Boogie likely...
Oh, real quick, before we start talking about fucking Wings and Boogie like anyone cares, a movie sign with the 5. Phil, you're not superior to Rich, so drop the act now. You also have to turn on your stream to make money and beg, so get back. Absolutely, DSP's not much better than Rich. Let's be honest. The DSP's content is at least watchable to an extent. You cannot really say that about the other fella there. So I appreciate the 5 nonetheless. Jay Wuso with the 2. This is the Rotten Tomato talking to a moldy avocado. 100%. Thank you so much for the 2. Very fun way to put it.
Will end up talking with me about, you know, hard scheduling his appearance within the next week or so. So I might have Boogie on the show as well. I don't know. Well, I'm working on it.
Look,
Wings,
another interview we don't know
Wings
about.
Absolutely is committed to being on this show as a guest, but he's got personal stuff going on behind the scenes. And he basically said, I can't schedule my appearance with you now, and I feel bad about it because I want to, but will you allow me to be on your show when I'm ready to come back? And I said, yeah. I said, dude, totally 100%. You can come on the show when you're ready. I get it. Personal shit always takes preference. This is not like
it takes preference, not precedence.
By me because you got shit going on. You can't appear right away. You know. So there's not much I can really do in that regard. You know what I mean? So I have no fucking
clue, man.
And he'll be on when he's good and ready. And I'm not gonna pressure him about the shit either. Like that's fucking annoying, right? Oh, so all right, you agreed to be on the show, but I know you got personal shit going on. Now I'm gonna hunt him down and bug him every few days about it. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna give it a while. I'll probably give it a couple weeks, check in with him, see how he's doing, you know, and then go from there. I'm not gonna
then why are we bringing this up now? So we now have, like, let me set the stage for, we have 3 different interviewee guests that we're supposed to have on the show at some point in the future, and we have not locked down a date or legitimately gotten any confirmation that it's ever going to happen, period. But we've talked about it for what, 2 weeks now? These are the same 3 names being dropped over and over again, and nothing has changed in the department of it actually happening. Very cool. Very cool.
I hate that shit when people are clingy and shit and they won't leave you alone.
Just like you did with LTG, but I digress.
So I've already got one interview that's likely happening this week coming up. I've got a very controversial, interesting interview that will happen likely sometime this month.
We still don't know.
And there's the possibility of Review Tech, and there's the possibility of Boogie and a couple others too. It's just weird because, like I told you guys,
why don't you focus on one?
Right? So
It doesn't have to all happen at once. You guys know detractors have other detractor streamers on, and all you do is you message them, hey, do you want to be on the show this week? Next week, month after, or whatever it is. They say yes or no, and then you hit them back up closer to the time and go, hey, you're still on. Yep. All right, cool. See you then. Here's the start time. That's it. Why is he messaging 6, 7 fucking people apparently to try and get them on a stream? Why do you have 6, 7 plates in the air at the same time when you can't even fucking manage one? Not a single person has set up a concrete date yet, but you've talked to how many? What was the point of that? It was just a waste of time. You spread yourself too thin and never got an answer back. How fucking robust is that?
August, everything was happening at once, and everything was lining up in all this content. And then in September, it kind of slowed down and fizzled out. Now, all of a sudden, boom, everything's hitting me again at once for fun stuff going on.
Yeah, exactly. He's a fisherman casting more lines out than he can reel in.
Absolutely. I'm trying to not get overloaded.
Even if they were responding.
Gameplay. I know that you guys want progress. I know that you guys want this kind of content, like Silent Hill 2 and stuff like this. I don't want it to be, well, I'm going to play this game today, but I have no idea when I'll start
Inked Blessing is playing Kenshi again. This fucking guy.
And the interview could spill over, and we could have a decompression, and that's half my stream.
Playing my favorite game.
At the same time, I definitely feel like, this is a fun opportunity for me to branch out and be doing the new stuff and bringing in new audience with it, right? So, there you go. Oh, by the way, one other funny thing, and I have to bring this up.
I'm going to be pissed if this isn't funny.
What I mean, hold on.
After this entire segment, and there's nothing comedic going on, this better be funny. It's hilarious, even.
I have to find the example here.
If I don't at least smile.
Here, okay.
All right, here we go.
I gotta show you this.
Please. Right. I'm waiting. Here we go.
This is just too funny. We'll do a mini segment here. Ready for a little mini segment, everybody? Okay.
All right.
So I told you guys.
Always goes into the fucking slides.
That the reason, all right, that I have had certain people blocked on Twitter is because I need to use Twitter for business purposes, correct? Remember, I said this a week or two ago. I said, all the time people say, why am I blocked on Twitter? Why am I blocked? Why'd Phil block me? It's because people will tweet me and they'll involve me in these stupid, saga. Oh, shit, I fucked up my camera. These stupid sagas, this drama nonsense. And as you know, I don't want to be involved in it. Or they'll spam a bunch of bullshit at me that I don't care about. And when they do that, then all of their audience follows suit and I get inundated with crap. So here's a perfect example of this.
Damn, when people talk about me on the internet, I get made aware of it, and I hate that, so I block everybody. Then what the fuck was the point of using the social media app, stupid? You're supposed to know when people are talking about you. You're supposed to know what the public is thinking and what other content creators are putting into, their viewers' minds. You're supposed to know this information. The idea that you're blocking all of this out is very telling about why your content is the way that it is.
Okay? Look. Review Tech is tweeting me. Let's reenact this together. Do you really think I'm going to click this?
For the record, I'm still not banned by DSP on Twitter.
Cat in the video, so Jasper can join in too.
I think. It's been a while since I checked, actually.
This guy's timeline is so bizarre. See, look at this one. You're getting Grandpa excited. What is this? Review Tech tweets me this. What the fuck is this? Right? What is this?
I don't know what that is.
Who would want to possibly see this? Look at this shit.
Yes, I'm still not blocked on Twitter. Let's go.
All the time. Literally, this is the garbage that he puts onto fucking... Look, here's another one. Oh, it's the same one. There was another weird one that he did about cucumbers. Are
you surprised by this information? Also, real quick. very fucking dangerous game to be scrolling through all of this just kind of willy-nilly like that, right?
Like, literally, this is the garbage.
Like, I know some people scroll through their Twitter timelines or their Twitter feeds or whatever the fuck live on stream, and you just kind of see whatever's on their Twitter. That's wild to me. You don't. I wouldn't recommend doing that.
The fucking look. Here's another one. Oh, it's the same one. There was another weird one.
I also think it's really, really strange to show off all of the other people that are liking your Twitter posts and like reposting your Twitter posts. I don't think that's information that really needed to be out there if you didn't go and look at their profiles. But DSP is just gonna fucking blast it all over the stream. Who cares, dude?
He did about cucumbers. Yeah, look at this. Here are men wrestling a cucumber on an oriental rug. Make sure to pay attention to the details of the image. Like, what? Like, what is going on in the mind of this person, right? So this is the shit
that is fucking stupid. I do have to agree.
Do you understand why I blocked him years ago? Why I wanted nothing to do with this guy on Twitter? Because this is the shit he puts on it. So here I am. Okay, I want to get news articles for today's show. Or I want to know what's going on. People are talking about me. Maybe someone has responded to something I posted with something important, information.
How would you know you've already blocked them all?
I open up my timeline and it's a bunch of fucking posts like this. With everyone responding to it. Like all the responses to it. See 11 responses. And of course I'm tagged in all fucking responses. So I would see them all. And it's like, what the I don't want to see this shit. So that's why these people get blocked on Twitter. All right. Now in this case, he's not blocked. He's muted. So he doesn't even know this. Okay.
So all I'm gathering out of this Twitter segment that we've done here is that if you at DSP on Twitter with nonsense, you are actually messing up his day. You're inconveniencing him because this is where he gets his news from. So I guess if that was your goal, mission accomplished, and I guess you should keep doing it. Again, if that was your goal, can't condone any of those ops. I wouldn't waste my time personally, hence why I'm not banned. But if that's your thing, that's your thing, and it's working correctly. And there's your confirmation.
But I don't see any of these tweets. Like he's tweeting like this. I don't see this tweet. What I see is the response tweet to it. So all I see is this: birds. You're getting Grandpa excited. I look at it. I was like, it's another review tech tweet. I'm not gonna click this. Like, I'm just not going to do it. There's no fucking point in me clicking on here. Because if I click it, it's just going to be stupid. Like, what are the chances that I click on anything on his fucking timeline and it's going to be something of any intelligence or interest? It's just going to be another dumb fucking thing that no one cares about. And then I take the bait. I say, let me check it out. And I click it. And it ends up being this.
Brother, you don't tell him you take the bait. Please do not acknowledge that you actively take the bait in your free time. Don't show them. Stop talking about it.
And it's like, what the fuck?
Are you fucking dumb?
I'm so dumb. I fell for the bait again, right? So now I hope you guys understand. This is why people get blocked on Twitter. It's not because, oh, I don't like them and I actively find people. Or the other day, oh my God, when Cog said, the Kino Casino told Phil to block me on Twitter, so he did. That's literally never happened. There's never been a time ever in my entire history on the internet where someone came to me and said, you must block someone on Twitter or social media because I want you to. That's never happened and I've never done it. It's because people are morons. And they'll post, like, I guarantee you the reason Cog's blocked, he probably did something stupid like this too. He did a dumb tweet, a negative tweet about me. And you know what I'm saying?
And I instantly blocked him because I have
like,
no fucking self-control and everything hurts my ego. Of course.
Really? Someone just said, the tree is crooked and it's driving them nuts.
I don't give a fuck. And you guys are pointing out in chat that Max was muted. What did Max do to DSP to get muted? He wasn't tweeting pictures of cucumbers. He wasn't talking, or he wasn't sending pictures of AI generated Bill Gates being shirtless with some other fellas. But Max still got muted. What's up with that? Well, we're not going to talk about that though.
There you go. The tree is perfectly straight. Amazing. Now you won't be driven nuts. There you go. Anyway. So there you go. That's why that stuff happens on social media. Trust me, I don't have time to fucking care so much about social media that I'm sitting there and I need to block this person today who I really dislike. oh, someone told me to block this person. Let me block this. No, it's like, I open up my Twitter. Oh, let me look for news. Oh, God, what is this filth in my timeline? Just block it so I don't have to see it. Okay, now I can use Twitter to do work for my podcast today. Like, that's literally...
So I don't have time to sit there and go through my Twitter and block a bunch of people, but what I do have time for is opening up my Twitter, seeing a bunch of people, and then going through and blocking them. You see how these sound actually exactly this fucking same at the end of the day? You see how the actions are exactly identical, and that you apparently did have time for exactly what you said you didn't? As long as everybody else gets it,
that's what happened.
we can move on. So fucking stupid, dude.
Okay, let's do some shout outs because some contributions have come in. And then let's jump in to whatever you guys want to talk about for a bit. And like I told you guys, if we end up, ending this podcast a little early today, I'm totally okay with that.
We love Q&A. I hope we start gameplay early, even. That's how much I love Q&A.
I received a $1 tip. Someone says, during the Krabby Patty DSP tries it, you should play the brand new SpongeBob game that got released. It got decent reviews and it's on Steam. During an episode of DSP Tries It where I'm trying fast food, you also want me to play a SpongeBob video game? That's... What does that mean?
You don't have to do them at like the exact same time.
Why would I play a game during DSP Tries It? Then it's not DSP Tries It. Then it's a playthrough. Right?
Like, he doesn't... I don't know. I never know if he is like intentionally misunderstanding something or if he genuinely is just that fucking stupid. And if I have to ask that, like, we're already in bad territory. You might want to just log off if that is the question that is constantly being asked. It's not complicated to understand. You would play the game, you would review the food, and maybe you would go back to playing the game afterwards. Hell, if you were vaguely familiar with the game, if you've played it in the past, your goal could be, see how far we can get in the amount of time or whatever. Like, you could make it fun. But DSP, again, I don't know if he's that fucking stupid or if he's intentionally misunderstanding to not do it because he's not interested. But either way, he looks like a fucking clown. Why are we even doing this?
I understand what you're saying, but right now, I have no intentions of playing a new SpongeBob game. I'm very busy with the things I'm doing. I think Silent Hill 2 takes precedence, and then Dragon Ball takes precedence. Those are my focuses, in the near future. If, there is some time in the middle of October, which there may be, I told you, between the release of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero and then near the end of the month, when we get that day where there's like double releases, I think it's I think it's Call of Duty and another game on
Big ups Call of Duty. I'm probably going to play that after this stream. I might even stream it on Twitch.
Sonic X Shadow Generations. There you go.
I'll just be fucking toxic all day.
Doubling up of stuff.
Like a toxic
Also,
Sunday.
in the middle there's another horror game. A Quiet Place is actually getting its own video game. And I'm debating doing that since it is Halloween Horror Month. It may be pertinent. Like, maybe I wouldn't have played that otherwise, but because it is Halloween Horror Month and looking for, like, a horror game to play, maybe I'll play that in the middle, too. That's around the 17th. So, I'm going to have
Narkill, and you've got a point. Like, horror game overload, and we're starting it off with Silent Hill, which I guess is a positive, because I am kind of interested in Silent Hill. But we're watching Silent Hill, or we're playing Silent Hill, then we're watching Silent Hill, then there's horror games coming out at the end of the month, and all of them, or a lot of them, kind of boil down, at least to when DSP plays them, into walking simulators, where he just kind of looks around and then moves forward. It's not exactly the most exhilarating gameplay, and doing that all of the time when you're a variety streamer and there's other games coming out that people want to see, I don't know how well that's going to do for you. But hey, if you don't make money, you don't make money. It's no skin off my bones. Because I don't have any.
I think it's a Patrick Star game over there. We'll see. Okay? Okay, a couple of super chats. The Red King did a $5 super chat. He says, who do you think has your back besides Kino Casino right now? Well, here's the thing. I'm not working with anyone, correct? Let's be honest. Have I actually reached out and done collabs?
Apologies. That was probably really loud.
I mean, no. If I reached out and did collabs with other people, then perhaps...
It was Twitch. Somebody just followed. Really Thank you. You're probably here right now.
I had a whole month of collabing in August, which I did, if you think about it. So I was on the Kino Casino show. Then we did the co-op ReACK. And I was on their show again. Then we did gameplay, right? And then I started doing interviews. And when I did that, I got backed the hell up with my own content. I had to skip games because I was doing so much collab work that I wasn't doing my regular content at all.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of people were upset about that. Notably, my longtime viewers and supporters were upset because I wasn't
people
getting,
like Sarah.
progress enough.
Shout
in
out
stuff
Sarah,
I was
of
doing.
course.
So in September, I tried to balance it, but what ended up happening was with the casino guys gone, I didn't really do any collabs. I did some interviews, but I didn't do any collabs. So with that, now all of that momentum of the collabs breaks apart and falls down, right? Like right now, I could be doing collabs. There's actually been some people who contacted me about not only like interview segments, but doing some gameplay together. And I kind of told them, thanks for the offer, but I gotta calm down right now because I've been too much into that for a whole month. I was into that, and my audience is kind of a little annoyed at me. So because of that, I haven't done anything.
People have been telling him the entire time that he's been doing the drama bullshit that they don't want to see this. People like Jade, people like I want to say that fella's name is Fox Mulder. I want to say is who I seen saying it yesterday. But they're always in his chat whenever he's doing these drama segments, telling him this is not the content that they subscribed for. They're not interested in it, that he's abandoning his own fan base, the ones who stuck with him through all of the gameplay, the ones who are going to be there throughout the whole thing as he has fun and genuinely enjoys games. But yet he's so insistent on doing drama content, on doing all of these interviews, something that I don't really remember any of his fans before the Kino arc asking for. Who was genuinely excited about DSP interviews? It wasn't Jade. It wasn't Derek at the time. Canadian Kirk wasn't asking for that. The only person that I could even think of that was asking for other styles of content was 1 Minute Man asking for political content. And he got fucking sent to Ban World. Kind of.
Right now, I am working on doing
self-removed.
Yes, one of them is with Kino Casino, and there may be a couple others as well moving forward. It depends. It depends a lot on me, on how far do I want to go and lean into this. Because already, like I told you guys, all of a sudden now I've got like 3-4 people all lined up and interested in interviews. Like boom, 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 boom. And I could do a bunch of interviews, but then I'm taking away from my podcast and I'm taking away from my content if it goes too long, right? And every time I do a collab, that's taking away from doing content on my own channel. So I don't know. I have to really.
I mean, it stops you from playing games. It doesn't stop you from making content. That
I guess we'll see.
There's two different things, but whatever. I know what you meant.
But anyway, yeah, let's continue to explore all this. Does anyone right now outright have my back besides Kino Casino? No, and I don't even think Kino Casino fully has my back, right? They're real guys.
Yeah, at least he's honest.
Bullshit, or they think that someone is, doing something stupid or silly. They call it out. And they have the power to do that, and they should do that, right? So it's not like we're best buds.
SGTV, I've had that thought. The idea of doing a DSP 7 Deadly Sins video and just having like a montage of him doing all of the things. Obviously, gluttony is the eating segment, of course. But I haven't done it. And if anybody's interested in doing that video before I ever get to it, please feel free to. If there's too many of them out there in the wild, it is what it is. The amount of time it would take me to do that is probably never going to happen.
I'm not third chair on their show.
Take the idea and run.
That fills the third chair. I haven't been in their content in a month and a half, right? They just came back for a week. I'm not involved with their content. See, like that's not the case. But, from time to time, that'd be pretty cool to do stuff with them.
I wish we would stop talking about his boyfriends, though.
Okay.
Like, they have nothing to do with the content as of late. They haven't for months now. He's basically riding on their coattails, and they're placating because they think it's funny, and they might have a storyline down the road to involve him in. But it's just not relevant. Stop talking about shit that isn't gonna happen right now. That isn't gonna happen this week. That isn't gonna happen next week. We do the fucking schedule every single day. There's no reason to talk about this shit months in advance.
Patrick did a super chat, $2. Take the high road, let him dig his own grave. He's talking about review tech. Well, I mean, here's the thing. If I have review tech on the show, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm going to ask certain questions. I am. And it's up to him to answer them however he wants, right? But if he just lies or gives bullshit answers, right? Do you just let it go and be nice, or do you press him? Because you could say the same thing if you would flip the situation. What if before I had done my big react to my own documentary and it fessed up to the bullshit stuff that I'd done over the years, right?
Except for all of the times that he lied. And for those of you who haven't seen the entire Cultaholic thing that he did the other day, I do have a video. I was working on it today and yesterday, and it should be done today, I promise, maybe. And it'll be out tomorrow. Anyway, if you haven't seen that, there's several points in there where he talks about his June documentary, and then if you put it all together, it doesn't make sense that he's either lying currently or he lied then. And I'm unsure as to which is which, because you never know with the guy. But for him to say that he came clean about the whole thing and told the truth and nothing but the truth is all bullshit lies, of course. It is, again, DSP after
Beasley
all.
had me on his show and done exactly the same thing. Asked me the questions, I could have given him bullshit answers, and he could have either pressed me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Because the truth is, at the end of the day, I don't believe that that man is going to change. I think that he sees whenever he's basically crapping on me as a payday. Like, if there's a day with nothing going on, and he has nothing to talk about, and he needs to make some money, he turns on his stream, he watches a video of mine, and he craps on it, and he makes profits because my detractors are dumbasses and throw him money. Right?
Sounds like fun, if
So
only it
like,
weren't him.
That's his thing now. What does he have? If he doesn't have Dark Side Phil, what does he have? Lolcow Live? Does anyone care about him crapping on Lolcow Live? Right?
Does anybody care about Lolcow
So what does
Live?
he
Real
have?
question? I
What
mean,
was his
legitimately,
content?
you talk to anybody about Lolcow Live, and they'll just tell you that they don't watch the shit, that they, they see it through their Twitter timeline or whatever, and that's the extent of their exposure. So that's a genuine question. Does anybody care? Wesley H with the 5. To quote Phil talking to Craig, it doesn't matter if the answer was a lie. It was still an answer, and you shouldn't have said you didn't believe me. Absolutely, that's a hell of a mindset to have. And not anyone other than DSP should have it. Real talk. Thank you for the 5. 100%. That's fucking ludicrous. That you shouldn't be called out for lying.
I don't even know, because it's mostly me. So I don't even know what he would be doing, honestly. He'd have to do something new. He'd have to think of something creative and different to do in his content. And I think that's the problem. He can't do that. He's gotten to the point in his career where there's just nothing left to do because the problem is he's run himself into this corner, correct? He's the one.
He's the one
who
ran a successful business.
To expect a certain kind of content by doing that easy, lowbrow, punching down content for so long. His audience that he used to have when he reviewed tech, when he played games, hell, even when he talked about news, that audience is gone. They left him. They're still subbed because he still has 1 million subs, but none of them watch the content. They all hightailed it the fuck out of there.
Just like
it's
yours.
Pretty sad. I'm on my standard podcast. I have 478 viewers, and he can't even get that for his own streams. I have 470.
But do you guys remember when DSP was on Twitch and had thousands of people watching him? Like, I'm going to say not even that long ago, but it was actually like 2016, 2017. Literally thousands of people watching DSP live on his channel, watching his ads, giving him direct support in the form of chat and likes and all of that bullshit. 400 people. You don't understand. Like, he fails to understand that he's kind of in the same boat. That despite his view count, his sub count, nobody is showing up for this shit anymore. He's painted himself into a corner where his audience is so small that the only people that are really left are people that aren't gonna go anywhere. Which is cool, I guess, that you have that audience to begin with, but it's not where you want to be. You shouldn't want to be there.
78 viewers with what, a fifth of supposedly his audience, and I have more viewers than him. It doesn't even make sense, right? So that's what
and that's before even talking about all of the fucking video views, because nobody watches the guy's on-demand content.
From his content, I don't think he could change. I think he's stuck where he is, but that's his own doing. He created his own situation, okay? And that's his own fault. That's literally his own doing, his own making, his own fault. He shouldn't have had himself be run into the wall like he has. He could have gone down the path of balance or the path of, hey, every once in a while I'll do this kind of content, but man, I really want to maintain some legitimacy on the internet. But the moment, like I said,
yes, legitimacy on the internet.
It doesn't wash off. The moment he took his shirt off,
something with a tangential number that you can totally quantify, of course.
Making lolcow style content, only having views and attention because he's crapping on others. He destroyed any credibility he had as a content creator who people would care about in a serious nature. And now he can't do good content anymore. He can only do crap. So,
yo, this sounds just like DSP, does it not? Is this not literally DSP talking about DSP? And yeah, what about Kino Casino? What about all of the other people that DSP is saying their praises, and they make shit ass fucking drama content too? And I say shit ass drama content, with DSP's perspective, not my own. I like drama content. I think drama's fun, to an extent.
We have a very cordial, civil conversation. We finally talk about the meaningful topics between us, and we could have agreements and everything by the end. Okay, fine. And we could be totally cool with each other. And then the next day, I would expect him to completely turn on his stream and crap on me for another entire session, despite the fact the day before we had a great conversation. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, I feel that's what happened.
The back and forth. That's the cyclical nature. That's the infinite content. His
daughter was ill. I messaged him to basically say, I'm really sorry to hear that. You have my condolences. I wish you the best. He offers to have me on his show. I said, all right, I'll look into it. Maybe. And then he craps on me on Twitter that same day. Just dumps all over me, making fun of me. It's like, dude, what kind of a person does that? Right? And then his excuse for it was, well, that's because it was not real. Phil was trying to save face. And this, I'm like, save face. Like, Rich, no one on the internet likes me. No one. Right? So how can I save face by simply coming to you and saying something nice to you at a time when you probably could benefit from some people being nice to you and your family? Right? Like, what?
Didn't DSP tell his audience about this, though? Wasn't he the one that brought this up on his stream and made it a part of his content, that he reached out to Review Tech to talk about his daughter and give him well wishes? You don't do that. It's kind of akin to, and this is going to be a one for you guys to remember if you were there. You guys remember when Macklemore won rap album of the year over Good Kid, Mad City, and he apologized to Kendrick Lamar through DMs on Twitter and then posted them live? Not only was it kind of cringe that he apologized through DMs in the first place, but then to make it public is incredibly cringe and completely defeats any sort of good sentiment that was there. So DSP doing this and talking about, oh, I gave him well wishes about his daughter or whatever, completely fucking pointless, negates all of the brownie points that he was ever going to get, which is, yes, what he was looking for in the first place. I don't understand how he doesn't see this shit, dude. You look fucking stupid on the internet. Every action you take.
What face am I saving? I did it in a DM. I didn't fucking publicly do it. I did it in a DM. No one was going to know that I did that. He's just insane with the things that he says. He just, all his bad behavior, he can't stop himself from doing it. It's the only way he gets views and money, and then he tries to justify it with the most ass-backwards shit that makes no sense. There's no intention of me saving face. It's the same thing when Boogie announced that he had cancer. I had reached out to him behind the scenes, and we had a nice conversation in his DMs about how I felt bad, and don't worry, you're going to tough through it and all of that. Yep. It was a nice conversation that may have actually led to something, but then it didn't because the whole Lol Cow Live thing happened, the drama there. But I was just being nice. Like, I can't just be nice to people. Why not? Why am I not allowed to just be nice to someone? Right? Why does everyone have to A-log me for it? Like, oh, how dare you be nice? You're a piece of shit. Wait, what? No, being nice does not equate to I'm a piece of shit. That's not how life
you weren't being genuinely nice, and everybody knows that. So
people will learn to just be nice to
not to mention, I don't know how many people were out there talking, DSP DM'd RTU saying, I hope your daughter gets well. What a fucking piece of shit this guy. Like, I don't remember any of those. I don't remember those clips. I could imagine clips saying that, DSP is clout chasing, DSP is trying to insert himself into something that has nothing to do with him in order to get some sort of popularity. I could see that, but I don't think that anybody was saying he's a piece of shit for reaching out. I don't think that anybody cared enough, man.
Each other at times when people need that kind of behavior to get by, right? But instead, it's always about, there's some agenda, there's some hidden fucking incentive, there's all this, there's all that. It's like, get the fuck out of here.
I agree. Really? Get out of here.
Not everyone is a snake. Maybe you are, and that's why you think everyone else is too. But not everyone is a snake. I don't know, like really, when did I snake anyone? I've made dumb decisions and made mistakes.
When have I snaked people?
Project 7 thing where...
How are we gonna ask the fucking question and then give the biggest answer? How many fucking people did you snake in real life, bro? People you actually fucking know. IRL, you snaked them. But you're gonna ask, when was I a snake? Huh? Bro, it's actually different on the internet, and you did that shit in real life. There, you have no fucking respect. Howard was real when he said that shit.
People wanted money, and I wasn't aware they wanted money because I was basically a dumb, ignorant person who didn't ask the right questions. You know, I was told up front people didn't want
The
money.
clown
And we're
snake.
doing the whole thing, and no one was getting paid, and then they get upset about it, and they cancel and back out of it. Never told me they wanted money, but you know, that's on me. I was the one who was kind of spearheading the whole project to begin with, so it's kind of my fault, right? But I didn't snake them. It wasn't like
Definitely
I told
fucking
them I was gonna
snaked
do
them.
one thing and then I did another, or I was pretending to be nice to get something out of them to milk them and then fuck them over. That was it.
That's exactly what happened, though. You took a bunch of free labor on their end, all of the editing, all of the acting, all of the meetings and the scriptings and all of that shit. You literally took all of that, posted it on your fucking channel, made an amount of money on it, and didn't pay anybody but John. And that's only because he asked. What are you fucking talking about? You didn't milk anybody for anything.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've learned from my mistakes. I wouldn't go into
Nobody's learned
a
from it, so it's
relationship like that
okay.
anymore. Without a contract in
I
place.
was a snake on
at all,
accident. I'm not a snake
right?
anymore, you
like, any
guys.
relationships I have now that are business related, there's a contract in place. I'm not stupid anymore. I always lay out contracts so that way there's no misunderstandings, there's no misrepresentations. Everyone knows what they're going to get out of something that I'm involved in. Okay? But there's no snaking there. There's no double crossing, backstabbing, looking to get over, right?
Oh, wrestling talk. We're looking to get
That's
over, of
apparently
course.
what ReACK is doing, or trying to do, or he has done it already. So I don't know. So really, I mean, here we are. We just talked about this. We've talked about this for a while today.
We have
And
been
honestly,
talking
I don't
about
even
this for a
know
while.
if
I think
I've
we
come
should
to a
move
further
on.
determination about it or not yet. I don't even know if I've convinced myself to have him on the show or to not have him on the show. I just don't even know. I'm not sure. I'm uncertain on if I should have him as a guest or not, and I think we got to keep talking about it to figure this out.
Oh, fuck me, dude. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Just figure it out.
Apple Slicer did a $2 super chat and says, play Silent Hill 2 now.
Yes, please.
Now.
Yes,
I
please.
will. We're
Let's get
going
into
to
the gameplay.
relax. We're going to play it. I promise you. We're going to play it all day.
How much more
It's
pre-stream
going to be a
do we
great
have?
stream of Silent Hill 2 goodness. And then another one tonight. My late stream tonight is also Silent Hill 2. That's between 6:45 to 7 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to get a good amount of Silent Hill 2 in today, and I'm very excited for it. By the way,
We have like
thanks for
10
almost
more
500
minutes of
viewers,
pre-stream.
127 likes. Let's get that to 150 likes right now. Let's do it.
We have to get in a couple more begs before the end, of course.
Let's get a big flood of support to end the podcast so we can push right into Silent Hill and not have to be thinking about, oh, we got to hit the support goal. We need engagement. Let's do it now. Please like the stream. Let's get some super chats. Let's get some tips in. Let's get this. Boom. Exploded and topped off. So then we can just focus on Silent
Hey,
Hill.
yo, we're finna
Let's do it.
top off the Han now?
Okay. That's right. A
I
huge
don't think
flood
so,
of money.
bro.
A big river of cash just rolling through my office. Uncontrollable. Both paper and coins. Just flooding. I'm drowning in it, right? That's what we need to do right now. That's what
Oh my... I'm sorry. I just need to rub my eyes in disgust for a second. I'm sorry. I just need, silence. I just need silence for 5 fucking seconds.
we need to do.
Holy shit,
No,
dude.
but seriously, like the stream. We're at 139
It's
likes. and
so
climbing. Thank you guys. Let's get that
bad,
to the
bro.
150.
I
All
don't know
right,
how
we got just a
anybody
couple quick minutes
exists
left.
like this.
What do you guys want to chat about? Real quick, if you tag me in chat, we can talk about any topic you want. Tag me at They Call Me DSP, or if a contribution does come in, I'm going to shout it out. We have about 10 minutes left before I...
Well, and that's
set
the
up for Silent Hill.
problem.
What do you guys want to chat about
Jack
today?
is Stam. He's
Here we
so
go.
not funny. It
What's on your
actually
mind?
is
What's the
it's kind
burning
of
topics for today?
offensive how unfunny he is.
I know you guys have
But how
burning
confidently
topics.
he says
It's
it.
really bothering you. It's like burning so bad down there, and you really need some help with it. You gotta let
Burning
it out.
down. What did I walk back into?
I don't have a favorite food. That's right. Scrooge McDuck swimming in the skyscraper vault filled with gold coins. Scrooge's money pit. His money pit is amazing.
And this is what we're postponing gameplay
I wish
for,
I could-
so that
I
we
wish you
can
could really
read
sweep
cringe
money.
in
That'd be
chat.
amazing, wouldn't it?
Guys, I think we should do that segment. I think we should. You guys should just post cringe in the chat on the way out,
like
and we'll
that I'm
just
wearing a
stall
green
it
shirt
out
like James?
and hang
Really?
out reading
Noticed
cringe.
that.
Wouldn't
Oh.
that be fun? Wouldn't that make for good content?
I really wanted to play the siren horn. I wanted to play the air raid siren. I just can't believe that I would have gotten content ID claimed on YouTube playing an air raid siren on my stream. It's incredibly stupid.
Do I like mango flavored ice cream? I don't think I've ever had mango flavored ice cream. I have had Trader Joe's tacos, which some little degenerate told me tastes like a woman's
release of Silent Hill 2 today. You don't? Okay,
parts.
whatever.
I don't think so.
And I totally didn't.
I think they taste like little frozen tacos, but it's okay.
A nice running thing during the review tech react, right? I didn't do that.
How can you kill a god?
Totally wasn't me or anything. I just you hallucinated, correct? Right. Total hallucinations.
What's my favorite time of day? Probably about 3 a.m. on a day off
take RTU,
in the winter.
Take him somewhere physically? No. I would never be able to. He's way too large. I probably would need like
yo, we're calling him fat. Let's go.
A hand cart or something, and toss him on it and tie him up with like bungee cords. Then I could like maybe lean it back and push him somewhere. I don't think I could just take him. It wouldn't be physically possible.
Okay, do you guys hear that noise when he's talking? I'm gonna run it back. There's like a very soft noise coming through. Something's like tapping or I don't know. Maybe I'm going crazy.
And toss him on it and tie him up with like bungee cords. Then I could like maybe lean it back and push him somewhere. I don't think I could just take him. It wouldn't be physically possible. He weighs way too much. I'm not insulting his weight. I'm just being honest. Matter of factly, the guy's pretty big.
But it's like only coming through when he's speaking. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm hearing nonsense.
Be able to move him.
It's the voices again. Ack.
You know?
It's cat tapping in Morse code.
Cracker Jacks, as I've said many times, anything to do with my wife, all right?
My
Moving
wife.
forward is totally up to her. Right now, no, we're not ready for anything. Just put it that way. You'll know, you'll be well aware if and when we're at a point where we're ready to possibly have her come on and do some content with me. As you know, we had big plans earlier this year.
Super big plans. Huge plans even.
Periodic Q&A, but also to do co-op playthroughs with me. Beyond Two Souls was one of those games. The whole thing fell apart. For personal reading behind the scenes, bad things were happening with schedule and stress and health and all kinds of stuff going on.
Schedule and stress and health. Okay. Well, her schedule is she works retail. Like people stream and can make content while working retail. Younger people do it all of the time. Typically is when I see it done. It's not an impossibility. Now, stress, I don't particularly understand because he's the breadwinner. All of the bills are being paid. He makes more than enough money per year to have all of the bills paid. And she doesn't really do fuck anything but go to work and order DoorDash. So I don't know where this stress is coming from. Now, the only thing that I don't know is this health condition that she's got or he has or something. The health style medical emergency. That shit must be absolutely debilitating in order to not be able to play games. From, what was it, March when they canceled that up until October, at no point were they able to sit down and play games? I can't imagine the health condition that must be required for that to be the case. I genuinely, I would have to wish her well, because that's got to be some real shit.
And again, if we have a positive update to share, I would love to share it with you. We don't have
It's not mental stress, it's chair stress. I didn't think of that. Okay. You're right. They got to buy the big and tall plus chairs.
Do I feel that Konami is going in the right direction with their remakes, Metal Gear Solid and Silent Hill, or not? See, Silent Hill, everyone has wanted new Silent Hill content for a long time. I hope they will make new games that are good. The remakes are all well and fine, all right? But I don't just want them to now say, oh, Silent Hill 2 remake. Okay, now we'll remake Silent Hill 1. Now we'll remake Silent Hill 3. Now we'll remake Silent Hill 4. Now we'll remake Silent Hill Homecoming. Now we'll remake I want some new content, right? As well as the remakes. Like, if they could pull a Capcom. Capcom remade Resident Evil 2. It did well, but then they did Resident Evil 7. Then they started another remake. Then they did a new game. They're alternating kind of back and forth.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Yeah, I like that idea, DSP. Let's agree with that.
A healthy catalog of games.
Stop talking before you make it fucking stupid.
I hope that we get good content, though. New content. I just don't want everything to be a rehash of what they've already done, because it's good. This is good because it's the first remake they've ever done. People have been craving it. It satiates that hunger that we all have for good survival horror content.
You're making it stupid again.
I want new content too.
All right. End of the discussion.
By the way, I received a. Hold on.
Very cool. Actually, moving on. I didn't expect that. I thought he was going to continue to delve into a
$10
topic
tip.
that
This
is
person says, I've been playing
yes, no
the
business
new
talking
Silent Hill
about.
today. It is absolutely fantastic. Enjoy, Phil. Thank you for the $10 tip, and thank you for the well wishes that I will enjoy it. I hope I do. I don't see why I wouldn't. I love survival horror. They're some of my favorite games to play with all of you. I'm totally down.
I want to know how he gets away with telling his audience all of the time that he loves all these variations of games. He loves survival horror. He loves platformers. He loves this. He loves that. But if you watch him play any of these fucking games, he's unfamiliar with the games that he's claimed to have played. He's unfamiliar with the franchises as a whole. And he's unfamiliar with every fucking mechanic and plays them as abhorrent as possible. How is he a fan of these games and still so fucking bad at them and doesn't know anything about them? It's actually posing. It's actually being a fake fan for internet points, I guess. But how does he get away with it? And nobody ever says this shit to him in his chat. Nobody's ever like, DSP, you're a fucking fake fan. Maybe they did and they got banned. You're right. You're right. I didn't think of that part. I forget banning people is even a feature most of the time. Am I doing gameplay today? No.
Today, right?
Well,
Let's have a great time together.
Maybe.
Spawn Killer says, I left a comment on your Rich video, but the comment
I might play video games and leave the guy on in the background. Killer,
it's because basically...
But that'll be on Twitch. Ack.
YouTube flagged it.
I'm going to be toxic.
Reason, and it could be an auto flag because of something you said. It could be because someone commented on it as well. Yeah, it doesn't say that it's held for review. But you're right. I don't see any comment from you. So I'm not sure. It's got to be
What's
an
my
automatic
Twitch?
thing.
It's the same as my YouTube.
Take down any comments at all on the Rich videos. I only checked once this morning, and it was very brief. I was scrolling through it. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on in that regard. And obviously, I apologize. Try again. Try commenting again. You're not banned. You're talking in my chat. You're definitely not banned or anything. It might just be a weird thing going on. I don't know.
It's just a weird thing, dude. Don't worry about it.
You know, when just like how Cog accused me of deleting his comment, I didn't delete anything. Like, why would I delete a comment? There's not even a point.
So you don't have to see it, obviously.
Okay. Any last minute stuff, guys? Or are we good? And shall we prepare to jump back into the realm of Silent Hill for the first time in a long time, right?
All right.
Good. Last minute stuff, or are we good?
Last minute stuff?
By the way, we are currently at 148 likes. Are you kidding me?
Let's go ahead and get that to 150,
No,
you guys. 175.
We're at 150. Right now, we're at 150 likes.
Literally
Right
begging
now,
for
I'm gonna
2
click
likes is
over
kind
onto that
of wild.
screen, and when I click on it, it's going to say 150 likes. Ready?
No, big ups
3,
Darksea to Phil.
2,
Hell yeah, dude.
1. 151 likes, just like I said.
Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay.
Awesome.
That's right. That's how we work here. Really? Zen says YouTube is doing that for all videos? Oh, okay. Really fast. YouTube did something weird this week. They deleted views. And I don't know why. For me, I don't give a shit. I'm not a guy who really cares about overall view milestones. No one's going to Phil's videos and going,
nobody's going to Phil's videos. Stop.
But they
Period.
absolutely deleted views this week.
No way.
So the reason I know
the almighty Tevin followed? That's crazy.
Is because my highlighted video on DSP Gaming is me. It's my video from about 5-6 days ago talking about my merch shop. I made that my highlighted video for the week so people would know I have a merch shop now. That video had 1,000 views. Several
How many
days
views
ago.
does it have now?
And then I went and looked, and it said it had only 800 views. And I was like, I didn't hallucinate the views. And then I went back, and absolutely, some of these videos, because, you know, I do my stream highlights every day. Several of these stream highlight videos had over 1,000 views, and now they're down to like 800 or 900. But they absolutely had over 1,000. And I'm looking at it, I'm like,
where's
YouTube
the
do
numbers?
Why are they
Where's the screenshots? Where is anybody else claiming that there's YouTube views that got deleted? Like if you're gonna bring this up, show anything. Like I will take any screenshot as proof to believe you. But the fact that you come with actually fucking nothing is I can't believe a goddamn word you say.
Scaling back
Any
on
screenshot
views.
I'll accept.
I mean, shit, even
It could
today,
be
I'm
your
looking at it
home
right now.
screen. I don't give a
The merch
fuck.
video says it has only 926 views, but it had over 1,000 views earlier in the week, right? So I don't get it. I don't understand what happened there, but overall it's not affecting me at all. Like, it's not a big deal. I just
Well, it's because nobody was watching your
with all the
content to begin
control and
with,
nonsense
so
these idiots have been doing to me. It doesn't affect the streams at all. It doesn't give me any extra views. It doesn't give me any extra profits. It's just they're doing it for no reason. So I want you to think about how dumb they are. These people are so dumb, all right, that they are literally paying tons of money to try to view bot and do dumb shit.
how much money
Just
is
for
it, Phil?
not to affect anything at all. Because it doesn't. It doesn't affect anything at all. It doesn't give me extra views. It doesn't give me extra profits. It doesn't get me in trouble with YouTube. None of it matters.
Then why are
It's
we
just
talking
them
about
literally
it?
wasting their time and efforts because they're that stupid. They don't understand how YouTube works. So they're actually going and paying for like view botting, and then it doesn't do anything. Apparently it wasn't me. Someone actually said that it was happening to like Lolcow Live earlier in the week and other places too. And I'm
Okay.
like, why are they doing this?
I'm desperately
Like,
trying to
what's
fucking
the point?
care.
Again, the streamer doesn't get in trouble. The streamer doesn't get any benefit or detriment from it. Why would you do it? It doesn't even make sense.
Because at the very least, if it doesn't have any impact on his analytics or his view counts, or it's not going to get him banned for breaking TOS with viewbots, at the very least, they are getting a segment out of this. Every single day he's talking about this. He's posting shit up in his chat. He's pinning it. He's making his audience aware of it, that this is happening. That is reason enough for a lot of people to go out of their way and spend money. In fact, they would need less reason, actually, and they would deem it acceptable. But the fact that you have given them a segment is more than enough. Way to go, DSP. Very cool of you.
At all.
Let's
It's
keep talking
stupidity.
about it.
So, anyway. All right, guys. I think that's it. What a show. I went into the show with pretty much no topics today, and we still had a pretty good show. All right, so thank you so much for watching the Level 1 podcast. It's time for Silent Hill 2 all day long. All right? Thank you for hanging out with me, and thank you for watching. I hope that tomorrow when we come back, I'll be able to give you
this
a
fucking
good summary of what I
Sims-ass
think about the
music,
game
dude.
after having played it all day.
This is what it sounds like when you
Hopefully
load
it
in.
runs well on the PC as well. I hope so.
And he talks
tomorrow,
over it the whole
come back
time,
for
defeating
ReACK
the
Day.
purpose.
And we'll see if we have any new topics, any new updates, any new responses by anything that I just said. Go from there. Thank you all. Happy Spooktober, everyone. Hope you're enjoying the vibes. And now the true horror begins.
Don't disrespect Sims like that. I'm sorry. It is, though. Like, I would literally believe you if you told me this was the loading music.
All right. Good stuff. Let's get set up. Hold on. What did I do?
Made for
There we
TV movie.
Let's get
ass.
set up for the game. Now, I haven't booted it yet, so I don't actually know like how it's going to be with a heads-up display or anything. Maybe it's a minimalist game because it's horror, which would be great. So let's get set up. But I'm gonna go pee to see how my wife's doing, how Jasper's doing quick, and then I'm gonna be here for the whole afternoon immersed. I'm literally not gonna. I'm just gonna play 3 straight hours for you guys. Okay. So give me a sec. Let me just go use the restroom. I'll be right back. I'll play you guys some clips in the meantime, and you'll have something to watch while I'm out over there. Okay.
Because you
And,
have to take a
thank you.
15-minute
And by the
bathroom
way,
break.
let's get some support rolling.
Peeing
like I
should
said.
not take that
We're
long,
more
but
than a third of
I
the way
guess
to
when
the
you're
goal.
that age, maybe
Get
it
that
does.
Krabby
Ask
Patty
ALT.
DSP tries it next weekend. Let's keep it going. Let's hit it as soon as possible. That way we don't have to worry about it the whole stream. And I'll be right back with Silent Hill 2. See you in just a sec. Be right back and enjoy this.
All right. And I think that's going to be it, folks. I think we're done here. I will probably be playing COD on Twitch, at least until my girlfriend gets back, who God fucking knows how long that's going to be. But if you want to see me there, see me there. If not, that's the end of the stream. Thank you so much for stopping by. Until the next one, which is Saturday, I believe. Until then, be safe, have fun, and watch my video whenever it comes out. I promise it'll be done soon. Bye! Am I saying slurs on COD? No, there's no slurs on COD. Bye!